All right, man. Great evening to y'all. Hopefully the audio is coming through. Already dropped the homies the link for them to come through and chop it up. We talking boxing. We talking about the PBC. Today's card, Saturday, March the 30th. And man, we must have a discussion about this PBC, the stuff that they're trying to pull. First and foremost, shout out to everybody that's catching the playback. You know, it's your boy Black Horseman. Let me load this image up and then we're going to have a conversation. We're going to be here for a little bit. I don't know how long, but, glad y'all here. I want to give congratulations to Rolly Pitbull. I mean, what you call it? Esau Cruz. They call him the Pitbull. He was everything um, that we know him to be, which is very, very aggressive. He came in with a high guard. He was coming forward and beating the hell out of Rolly Romero. Rolly Romero lasted, I believe, about 8 or 9 rounds or something like that. And Rolly's just not that good, man. Rolly ain't that good. Um, he really shouldn't even had the WBA title. But the old guy that they robbed, I can't think of his name. Shout out to my nigga Actual Facts, man. He comes through and does the impression of him. But the old cat came through and really beat on Rolly first. But Cruz did what he needed to do, man. Cruz did what he needed to do. What up, Red Glove Militant? Shout out to my dog, Red Glove, man. Boxing guy up in here. I got to bed. I'll catch the playback. Okay. All right, man. Shout out to you, Red Glove. Get you some rest. Catch the playback. It was the eighth round. All right. Shout out to boxing guy. So eighth round. Pitbull, man, becomes a world champion at the 140-pound division. And he looked great. He absolutely looked great. He could take a punch. He can give. He had power. He had stamina. He was able to. He was bringing it every round. So I started watching the card when this fight started, and he had Rolly in trouble from jump, and Rolly was on retreat mode, and Pitbull did what he was supposed to do, going to the body, throwing the looping hooks upstairs, and it was just hurting Rolly all night. So congratulations to him. He's a hell of a fighter. I think that Pitbull is going to be an issue in the 140 pound division. I think that he's going to give the other champions fits. I'm not saying he's going to beat them, but I wouldn't be shocked. I would not be shocked because Pitbull, like I said, he has power. He can take a punch. And thing about it is, the guy is he ain't afraid. He brings it. He definitely brings it. We know he gave Tank Davis hell. Even though Tank, I guess, hurt his hand in that fight. Um, that rematch never took place, but Pitbull, he's been wanting to smoke. I seen him beat Gamboa probably worse than any of the other guys that I've seen. Other than Crawford. You know, Pitbull's. I like Pitbull. He's very entertaining. He's a very entertaining fighter, and he has a good support system. I just found out today that he's one of Manny Pacquiao's fighters. So big ups, man. Big ups to Pitbull. Good riddance to Rolly, man. Rolly. It's one thing to be able to sell a fight and be entertaining and be a comedian. That don't mean that that doesn't translate into being an elite fighter. And Rolly Romero is gonna have to learn that. Um, I think that their run with Rolly has come to an end. You know, there's nothing special about Rolly except for maybe he took special ed in school or something like that. But as far as his skill set, ain't nothing special about this guy. Let's see. Haplo, what's up, Haplo type? Tim Zoo said, Hawker says Tim Zoo got his ass whooped by a stick figure. Shout out to Hawk, man. Up in here, man. You know, let's see. My homie one two kids up in here, man. Shout out to the Troopers crew. Yeah, we're gonna have a discussion, family. If you ain't checked the hangout yet, bro, the link is already dropped. We're gonna get to the main event here in a second. And we're gonna get to the bullshit that's taking place, man. Still with this PPC, man. So once again, this was a title fight with Pitbull and Rolly. Rolly's trash. Pitbull is a good fighter, man. He's a good fighter. He won the WBA strap fair and square, and he did what he was supposed to do, man. Um, man, shout out to my first guest in the building, man. Shout out to Charles. Charles D.
Yo,
What up, fam?
nah, I had to pause the other joint because I was looking at the live stream
The
through
other fight?
YouTube.
How's that going?
No, no, no,
Let's
no, no. I
see.
was looking at the live stream through YouTube shit. But I just had to Zergo just won his fight, so he put the beats on that dude.
Oh, he won that?
Yeah,
Oh shit.
by majority decision.
Okay, that's a good win because the dude he fought was undefeated, right?
Yeah, he
Cruiserweight
got power. Yeah, he got power on him. I was like, he'll get to him, and then fucking Zergo just beat the shit out of him.
decision or a knockout?
Not a decision. It went to distance.
Okay. So he won. Was it a title on the line?
Yeah, he won a cruiserweight title. I forgot what sanctioning body, but he definitely got a belt. He's strapped up.
Okay. All right, man. Your volume kind of a little bit low, but yeah, I hear you.
Nah, nah, nah.
Happy.
I'm about to switch my joints. I got the y'all niggas been trying to convince me to get these Bluetooth motherfuckers. Got these shits. I'm like, you should suck unless I listen to music and shit. So let me just switch up to the wire joint.
Okay. Yeah, we gotta hear you clear, man. Haplo say Rolly is whack. Learn how to box. Ryan sucks too. Man, shout out to one two kid.
Hey, what's going on, y'all? That's right. It's a great one too here in the UGC because that's what
Yes,
we
sir.
do. That's who we be. Yo, what's up,
Yes,
Black?
sir.
Yo, what's going on with your voice, man? You sound different.
Oh, shit, man. What it sound like? It's got echo or something?
No, it just sound. I don't know. It just sounds a little different. But anyway, all I know is, yo, we got new champion at 154. Oh, Tall Trees. Yo, he came through and he just started dropping them branches on Zoo.
Bruh.
All right, how
Torture.
I sound now?
You
Okay,
sound
yeah, there you go, Charles.
Yeah, see, the wire joint is official.
Yeah, man.
That's
You
how
want to
that
tell
that's
everybody,
that's
man?
that's how the wire joints work.
My homie Charles put a little money on Sebastian Tree
Fundora.
Branch Fundora.
oh shit.
Yeah,
Damn.
you know.
And did
You know what I
and
mean?
did the olive branch reach back to you?
Of course,
Yeah, I'm
four
right.
beds, $100, four beds.
Oh, that's what's up. Yo, you know he was a favorite mid-fight. DraftKings switched up on old Zoo
Nah, he
mid-fight.
was the under the when they announced the fight. I put money on
Oh
it
yeah, when they
before.
announced it. Right.
Yeah, I
I'm
put money
saying,
on
right.
it. Yeah, I put money on it before that. But going into the fight, he was 9-1. I wish I would have locked into them shits.
Yeah, man. But you didn't know that cut was gonna happen. That
No,
kind of
no, no, no,
changed
no.
that changed the fight.
I didn't care about the cut. I was just surprised that he stuck to the game plan. Like
Yeah,
he used his fucking reach.
he did too. He was jabbing. Yo,
And
he found a
then
rhythm.
after the sixth round, I'm like, well, actually, for me, I was saying in the hangout, I was like, damn, third, fourth round, I was like, yo, this nigga need to just stay straight and just fight tall. Don't bend down for shit. But
Right.
after the sixth round, he stopped doing that shit. I was like, oh yeah, he got this one.
Yeah, my son walked by the computer. I was watching the fight, and he was like, "Damn, it looked like murder scene. And I was like, yeah.
Hey, it
Dude
was
leaking
ugly in
from
there.
the
Niggas is
nose,
they
dude leaking from the head. And I was like, and both of their cut men suck ass.
they both was leaking. And Fundora
Yeah,
was
man.
leaking from the mouth and nose, and this nigga was leaking from the forehead. Let's talk
Yep.
about the bullshit though. At the end of the fight, you see what they
All right,
trying to
hold on.
push?
Hey,
Yeah,
Charles.
we
So we
see.
we well, we gonna get to that. So
Oh my bad.
before we get to that, Charles, because I want y'all to cook on that too. But before we get to that, man, what about the co-main event? I want to get y'all thoughts on the co-main event.
Rolly
Well,
ass,
yo, Rolly.
Rolly ass. That was for Marinez, and that was for Barroso.
Eesh. I'll tell you what's
Barroso. I couldn't
crazy is,
remember his name, but yeah, Barroso. Yeah.
That
but
was for both of them.
yo, man. But I gotta say, Rolly did swell up the left side of his head when he was sitting
Nigga,
there.
did you see the judge had one of the judges had Rolly winning the fucking
Uh,
fight?
yeah, that shit
Oh,
crazy.
yeah, that's crazy. Yeah.
Son, they had one judge had Rolly up by two. How the fuck do you have him up by two when he got deducted points for holding and he got dropped? Arguably, he
Oh,
got dropped twice
dude, nah, participation trophy. He participated.
because that
He's
round before
special.
that round before he got stopped, his glove touched the fucking canvas. When he hit him with that
Yes, I
mean ass
seen that too.
combo, I was
I
like, "Ooh,
seen
that
that
uppy
too.
made
And the
him
ref
touch the
ain't say
canvas."
shit. The ref ain't
Nope.
say shit either.
Yeah, I'm
Ref
up.
ain't say
I'm
see.
done with
Nah,
PBC. Them niggas to kiss my ass.
yo, that's just the wackest shit ever, man. Yo, the PBC, man. They put on a good show tonight, but
Wasn't even a good show. You serious?
well, it wasn't that bad. Shit, got to see those two fight right there, and it was just like straight rock'em sock'em Rocky. No defense whatsoever. They swing a punch, they punch each other in the head. It was fun to watch.
Hey,
Fuck
one, two,
PBC.
kid.
Them niggas is not
Hey,
gonna last until 2024 or 2024 with Amazon. That shit is a wrap.
so
Well, I'm
real
not
quick.
finished.
Hey, one, two, kid. Do you think Pitbull Cruz poses a pretty damn threat, pretty good threat to the other champions?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I do.
Yeah,
Cause
me too, bro.
because you're just gonna break your hand punching them in the head. Point
Yeah,
blank
that
period.
motherfucker. He could take a punch and he be coming forward relentlessly, bro.
Yep. But I gotta give it to Rolly the first two rounds. He grabbed that motherfucker's head as soon as he came in there because that dude be landed three head punch combinations. So he stopped doing that. But yeah, he got hard ass head though, man. Ed, he's tough, and when he lets his hands go, he's he's a bit entertaining. So I mean, I'm not mad at him. And it was weird because when he got in the ring, man, and they were standing toe to toe, I was like, yo, this dude is big as fuck, even though he's short. I was like, yo, that's a big ass dude.
Yeah, he
Stocky, bro.
filled out. But
Yeah,
that
I was like,
motherfucker, that shit was easy work for Rolly. Yo, I mean, easy work for
for
Pitbull.
Pitbull.
Yo, he
Yeah.
fucking he didn't even have to cut the ring off. Like he was
Every
just
time
walking him down.
Hmm.
every time he threw a clean shot, it would land clean and rock him. Like how many times did he hurt Rolly in that fight? Rolly
Like
just getting
5 or 6.
rocked, kind of make you wonder. And he didn't even have to set nothing up or move his head or nothing. Kind of make you wonder how good is Tank. Those are two dudes that he beat.
And then he started fucking hitting to the butt. Tank ain't going up to 140. I said that in the hangout. That's a wrap. Now that this nigga has the WBA super at 140, Tank ain't coming
You
up.
don't think
Tank gonna stay.
you
No, Tank gonna stay his ass right at 135.
You'll never know how good these PBC fighters are until they leave PBC, man. Because they just gonna keep
He's
fighting each other.
he's not coming up. I can tell you that because he has to worry about. First off, if he wants to sit there and slug it out with Matias, Matias has a chin and he got fucking cinder blocks in both hands. If he wants to come up and enforce his mandatory with the WBA, that's Cruz. That's the nigga who just gave him hell. He's
I
not
mean,
gonna
if you
fight
wanted
Hayden.
to box him, though, if you was just boxing him, that'd be an easy dub. If you
For
got
who?
talent, you got anybody with good feet and good hand speed, and don't sit down on all they punches every shot they throw, Like
And who is Tank gonna fight up there? Because
no, I'm not
all of
talking
them,
about Tank. I'm talking about Pitbull.
Pitbull
If
don't give
you,
a shit.
yeah, but I'm
Obviously,
just saying,
he's probably he called out everybody but Matias,
all you
and
do is just
that's the nigga
box
I
that
thought
dude, man. Touch him
that's
and
the
move.
fight I think is gonna be a fucking firefight at 140. Him and Matias, but he didn't
I
call out
mean,
Matias. He called out Haney and he called out Haney, Tank, and Tio Fimo.
I'll put it like this. I think Tank and Tio are very explosive fighters, but you just gonna break your hands on this dude's head, man. I think that as long as they hands hold up, um, fucking, I think Haney would have his way with it, as long as his hands held up.
Well, that's why I said Tank ain't coming up. At least Tio will fight these motherfuckers. Tank ain't coming up.
I
You can
Right.
don't know,
cancel
bro.
that.
Hey,
You
I
can cancel
mean,
that shit.
I don't know. Tio about to fight some random dude. I forgot the name.
Random
I
But
just heard
guy.
the name.
see, Tio is the only dude that called out Matias. And
I
Tio
mean,
just
he ain't
beat
fighting him yet.
but he
Gotta
called
get in
him
the
out.
ring.
He
Gotta
called
get
him
in the
out.
ring.
And he just beat hands down the dude that ran 140. Tank
Hey,
ain't coming up. Y'all could cancel that shit. Tank is
hey,
gonna
shout out
stay
to
his
Lisa
little
Bells in the
ass
chat,
at 140. He's gonna stay his little
Uh
ass at
oh,
135.
we
and
got we
shout out
got
to
Oscar T's in
Oscar
the building.
Oscar T's. There you go.
Hey yo,
And
hey,
he just
thank,
won the
hey,
title too, right?
hey, well, last night, I mean, it was a fight, and people counted me out, and all I gotta say to the haters, to the doubters, and the shit talkers, hey, eat it, like my boy Cruz. We're in the cantina right now. We're we're bossing it up right now. You know what I'm saying?
Fuck.
We're celebrating.
This nigga
You know
hit
what I'm
the
saying?
ding.
He did the puffy.
Damn.
We're celebrating. It's good.
Yeah.
Hey,
Why this nigga shit just pop up on my shit? You see, this is why I don't fuck with too many YouTube niggas.
Who?
Your man truck garbage juice ass nigga went live talking about fluke win. That's not a
Yeah,
fluke
I'm
win.
not even.
He whooped ass.
I'm not even sub to that dude, and occasionally I be seeing him, and I watch that shit,
Yeah,
and
like
I'm just
why is
like, I
that
don't
shit
even
popping
want to
up
see
on
this
my
shit.
shit? I looked at my
Yeah,
shit just now. I'm like, who just popped up going
yeah,
live?
man. Yo,
Oh
Out
man.
hell
here.
no. Wait,
Yo,
what?
MK Ultra is real, man. They out here pushing agendas and shit.
Nigga
that's right.
said, yo, my nigga said fluke win by Fedora. I had Fedora up. How did we have it? I had it what
Bro, I had it
3-1
wider
even
than what they had it
at the end.
in Goosen. I had it what I had him win about 4 rounds or something like that.
Okay, so
No, actually
if you had it
five. I
by
think
four, I
once.
had it 3-1 even.
Yeah, yeah.
Because
I
whatever
was
you
like,
said, I had a round behind, but I could I had a swing round, so I was like, yeah, that round's even to me.
yeah, I had
Yeah,
it about 4 or 5 rounds.
yeah,
I
that
had
one
a
was
clear win
good.
for Fedora, bro. I mean, and I mean, it just boxing, bro. Like the blood was dripping in his eye. He couldn't,
No, but you know
and,
what made it? You know what balanced out the fight is that he's leaking from his head. This nigga's leaking from his mouth and his nose. So it's like, all right, cool.
Mhm.
And Fedora stuck to the shit. 10-inch
Yeah, he
reach.
kept that
I'm
jab in
using
his
the
face.
jab,
Yeah.
and
Yup.
I'm gonna fucking not. After like the sixth round, his corner was like, "Stop getting low," because that's when Zoo was landing them rights, and I'm like, "Why is he getting low? Like, this fight tall."
Yeah, I don't know
Yeah.
how. Yo, I don't know how Zoo was hitting him with uppercuts. I was like, what the fuck?
Nigga wasn't uppercuts, nigga. This is all you can. It's
Yo,
like,
I
son,
was
you
like,
gotta jump off your feet to land them shits.
yo, this dude was just running into him, and then Zoo ran into his elbow. I was like, I ain't never
Hey,
Yeah, but
seen.
that
one two
wasn't. But
kid.
that wasn't his fault though.
What up?
Hey, 1 2 kid. I told him. I said when he showed up with the yoga flame shorts, yoga flame trunks. I was like, oh, he might do a little something today.
Little down
Yeah,
sim
man, he
shit.
might do a little something.
I was
Catch
Oh
like, this
him.
man,
nigga.
he
I was like,
dodging.
is this nigga a jab from
Yeah,
Sacramento?
man.
Yo got flame.
Nah,
Yeah, he kept that jab.
I was
I
just
mean, I
hoping
still
that he
think that.
used his fucking reach. That was my whole thing. And
Yeah,
that's why I
man.
put the bread on. I was like, because he likes to slug. He's like what's his face? Paul
Paul
Williams.
Williams. Yep.
Yeah, he likes to fucking fight. And I'm like, dude, pick your spots, but just 10-inch reach, my nigga, please jab. Just jab.
Yeah,
And that shit opened up everything else. Zoo was still a warrior. I don't want to take nothing away from Zoo. Zoo fought a good fight up to what he could, but mm, got to give it to
hey,
Fundora.
y'all think it was a mistake
A
though?
mistake? Yeah.
Because you know
Yeah, it was a mistake.
he took this fight on short notice.
Is
Yeah.
my shit spacing out or
But
is it?
but I gotta say
You
though, Zoo, even blind man, was still catching him all night. I'm not saying he won. He got out punched, and dude would come back
know, yeah.
with the jab.
I
But
mean,
Zoo was still
I was sitting there
catching him.
thinking because I did a video of him just taking Fundora like, and you got this fucking
I was
yeah,
ready to start flaming Zoo
yeah,
too.
man. Hey, shout out to Marcus in the chat.
I
I
was ready to
wasn't mad
start.
at him taking that
Nah, I'm
fight.
talking.
I
Nah,
mean, he's all smoke.
I'm just saying, I was ready to start flaming Zoo, man. The way he was, I seen the interview that he had talking about fucking Spence and Bud, and the dude was like, he just broke it down. He just got right to the point. He was like, "What if it was a similar amount of money? Who would you take? Whatever's the most money, whatever's the most money, and blah 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 blah, whatever." I was
Oh
like,
no, I heard him say he wanted to fight Bud. He was like, "Fuck that."
no,
He was like, Bud is
he said
he.
Spence 100%, and he was like, Bud, well, if it makes sense, and I was like, yo,
I heard him say
that's
Bud
whack as
because
fuck.
Bud's the number one pound for pound fighter,
Nah,
and I was like, "Oh, he's
yo,
free
nah,
smoke." But
man.
I didn't hear that one.
Yeah, I heard that shit, and I was like, yo, this
I heard
dude
him on
just
the fight hype
he
interview. And he
yo,
was
he
like,
low key ducked Bud, man. He low key ducked Bud, and then he was talking about how Fundora got knocked out in his last fight, which he didn't. He got knocked out 2 fights ago. And then he talking about like it's equal fighting Spence or Bud, and I'm like, it's not equal. Bud is the
I
man.
thought I thought
I
Fedora
was
was
like,
coming off. He's coming off a knockout loss. He lost to
no,
Mendoza.
he won a fight between.
No, he didn't.
Who he
I
fought
think
after
he got
that?
knocked out in his last fight.
Yeah, he lost to Mendoza. He didn't fight nobody
Nah,
after
I
that.
think
He lost to Mendoza.
Mendoza fought.
no
Mendoza fought, but
Fundora.
not Fedora did.
Yeah,
Watch this. Watch this. I'll look it up. I know Fundora fought.
Nah, he didn't
Fundora.
fight nobody. He lost to Mendoza. That's why I
you
was
talking
sitting
about
there and saying,
you talking about the Campo fight? You talking about
No,
Brian?
no, no, no. He fought. He fought.
nah, Fedora's coming off a loss. He lost to
Is he?
Yeah, that's what I
Mendoza.
thought too. Yeah, coming off
I
Mendoza
That's
know
fight.
he
why I
Yeah.
lost.
said.
I know he lost.
That's why I was bugging. I was like, how he's coming off a loss and he's getting a fucking
But what
title
I'm
shot. But
curious.
he's
I
also
framed that shit in my last video talking about how he come off a knockout loss to get into a title fight, and now you unified champ off of getting stretched. Like this shit
yeah,
crazy, bro.
and that was his first fight because Mendoza lost. Mendoza fought after he fought Fundora, and Mendoza lost. It wasn't Fundora, it was Mendoza. Mendoza knocked out Fundora, and then he moved up and he
Moved up
lost.
and he lost to Zoo,
Yeah,
right?
he lost. It
I'm
wasn't
almost.
It wasn't Fundora. It was Mendoza.
Oh, he did. I thought he had a fight in between. Oh well,
Nah,
then
I had a
Nah,
chat.
it
my
was
I had
bad.
a
I'm
chat with
Mendoza.
wrong. I'm
motherfucker in my
wrong.
last
Mendoza
video.
had
I'm wrong.
Mendoza had a fight in between.
But still, this is what I'm talking about. Even with that being said, even though I'm wrong about that, I want y'all to listen to my point though. So he's sitting there saying, "Oh, he can't have that in front of him, that WBC, and that's wrong because he's coming off a loss, right? Point blank, period. That's true, right? It's disrespectful. That's what he said. He said he didn't win it yet. Why is it in front of him?" And they were like, "Well, it might be for promotion, whatever." But then he puts Spence in the same category as he puts Bud, and I'm like, you can't do that. This dude coming off the worst ass whooping in his life, and you talking like it's an equal opportunity thing. This dude's an undisputed champion, and this dude's coming off the worst ass whooping of his life.
And he
Like,
got in the ring and sat there. I sat there and I'm looking at this shit and I'm like, oh my god, they're gonna do it. They're going to push this shit instead of.
yes, yes, that's what I mean.
But the only thing that I'm hopeful for is that so far in Bud's career, the WBO has never did him dirty. As long
Well,
as he was the
not
super, he was
WBO
able to
ain't,
get that.
but the
No, no,
rest
no,
of the
no, no.
boxing world is taking a major league hot steamy shit on Bud Crawford, the two-time
That's cool.
undisputed champion. The hell
But
no, that ain't cool.
no, 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 no. I'm saying that's cool because the WBO is included. So if they're going to do right by Bud like they usually do,
Yeah, but the PBC ain't doing right by
I don't
Bud.
think they'll do him dirty like that.
They just skipping over that motherfucker. And unfortunately, that's where the titles remain at 154. Who got the titles at 154 now? Zoo,
Fundora.
PBC. Fedora,
No,
PBC.
Fundora
Right,
got him.
right, right. Fedora just won.
No, but
So
Right?
I'm
look,
But
saying the
so look,
WBO.
real
I'm
quick.
just saying the WBO hasn't done Bud dirty, so he's the super coming from
right,
47
but
to
who
54.
got the WBO?
A PBC fight
Bud,
No, who
Bud
got the
hasn't done
WBO at
at
54?
54, bro. 54.
Fundora. That was the
Does he? I
WBO
thought he
and
got the W.
WBC.
Okay, the WBC. I thought they had the IBF or the WBA.
No, 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 no. That was the WBC got thrown in there. That was a
Well,
WBO
So
hopefully the
fight.
look,
W.
okay, so real quick, Charles, let's cook on that real quick. How the fuck did they just throw this belt in there? Like, what's up with the WBC just throwing belts in there? They did this with Canelo when he fought Callum, what was it, Callum
Smith.
Smith, right?
Yep.
Callum Smith.
Yep.
And then now all
Yep.
of a sudden we got Fundora coming off a knockout loss to jump in a fight with Tim Tszyu,
Yep.
who was gifted the belt. You know, he's defended it
You know,
what a few times. And then they're gonna throw the WBC belt in there just
As
for
a
whatever.
vacant.
And so now Tim, Fundora won the fight fair and square. I'm not hating on him, but coming off
Yep,
a knockout loss,
but
he goes
unified
into
champ
an
now.
opportunity to fight for two belts, bro. Coming off a knockout loss, like what the fuck, bro?
I'm
What?
not
That's the
even
first
mad.
thing.
My bad. Go
I'm
ahead.
just Nah, it don't make no sense. It don't. And
Nah, it
that's what it is.
does. If you think about it, because the
Go ahead,
WBC was
explain how.
vacant.
So instead of having somebody who's in the WBC, right, two fighters from the WBC ranks fight for it separately. How's that make sense to just throw it in there when this is a WBO fight? You just throwing the
Because
belt in there.
Fedora just fought for the WBC interim. Well, no, he didn't. That's why he lost
So
to
how
Mendoza.
come
But
Mendoza
Do you
knocked him the
really want
fuck?
to know, Black?
Go ahead, go ahead.
yeah, I just figured it out as soon as you said that.
Because
Yeah, because
because
Mendoza, that was the interim for that fight.
because these are the hot commodities, and that's where the fuck Suleiman wants to be. Point blank. Period. That's it. That's it.
I'm not mad
That's
that
his
it was.
brand.
I'm
He
not mad
put in
at
it.
it though.
He put his brand. He put his brand where the biggest sanctioning fee gonna come. The biggest percentage gonna. You get a
But you
percentage.
can't.
You want it from the brand.
But 1-2, you can't be mad at that because that
Mm.
frees up two belts.
All right,
Here
real
we go.
quick. Okay, so
Like you
look,
know what I'm
No.
saying?
and in the chat, I want y'all to get involved with this one too, because this is my next thing, bro. Everybody's seen Errol Spence was there at the fight. He jumps in
And
the
he got in
ring.
the ring. That pissed me off.
He jumps in the
It was
ring.
a PBC fight.
Say what?
Now I'm gonna be quiet. Go ahead.
It's a PBC fight. They milking this dude for everything that they can get out of
But
him.
No,
okay, so
because
look,
this nigga threw.
But Charles, real quick, you try to make sense of them throwing the WBC belt in there for
No.
Fedora
I was
too,
gonna try
right?
to make sense of it, but I could see how it all comes back to these
Okay,
motherfuckers.
cool. Okay, cool. And we get it. Suleiman just trying to throw his brand out there for a
Mm-hmm.
hot fight. So this situation right here, Errol Spence gets annihilated by Bud Crawford at 147. Correct?
Facts.
He
Facts.
didn't. First, last thing I heard was the eye injury prevented him from
Mm-hmm.
exercising the rematch, going through with this rematch with Bud Crawford, right?
Cataracts and slow Crawford down.
So all of a sudden, he's healed enough to want to raise his hand and jump in the sweepstakes
Yep.
to fight for at 154, which
for the
Fundora just
WBO
won
and
the
the
two belts.
WBC.
And now all of a sudden, he's supposed to skip past the WBO super champ, Bud Crawford, the guy who beat him the fuck up. He's supposed to get uh first dibs
A
at that shit.
pass.
You know why?
What,
Because
what,
he's trying to resurrect the Spence fans to throw all their money away again. He's
like
trying to resurrect
who's
them.
really buying into this shit, man? This guy's coming off
Jamal,
of
guys like Jamal, they're gonna come out of the woodwork like, yeah, big fish, he back.
I don't
so
give a fuck
so
about the big fish. This nigga don't got
Right.
no.
But
Okay, you want to move up at
he's
154?
trying to
Cool.
resurrect them fans because
Earn your way into the rankings. Bud has the WBO Super, and as far as I'm concerned, from the past, WBO doesn't do Bud dirty. But right now, after watching that fight with Fedora and fucking Tim Zoo, I'm not too sure.
bro, like
I just
I'm not too sure because the way he got in the ring and tried to push that fight, but then when you look at like a
they was pushing that fight prior to the fight
yeah,
even
but
it going down.
I know that, but I'm just saying, like, if you look at like boxing scene and shit, where you know what I'm saying, like, fight fans usually go to get the source. Okay, but enforced his WBO, boom. But now Spence, all of a sudden, he ain't got no
How the fuck does
fucking
Spence
Peter
even
Pan pat. He ain't
yo?
got no
How
Peter
does
Pan patch on his eye. He's at the fight. They trying to push that, but
how does he even get the fight? You talking
he
about
can't.
who in it? But who is the WBC champion at welterweight? Who is the WBO champion at welterweight? Who
WBO at
is
welterweight is Bud.
WBA too.
I don't know who got the WBC.
right?
Yeah,
Well, but what I'm trying to say is he pretty much got all the titles at welterweight still, right? So he
except
can
for
Nah,
IBF.
activate,
he
except
had to
for the
vacate
one, the
them shits.
IBF, because he vacated it to move up to 154. But when he activates that three different titles, why would you not want a piece of the former undisputed champion, undefeated, two-time undisputed champion? And why would you fight Spence, who didn't win a round, maybe the first round, if you were just like, I'll give it to Spence, and you were biased?
Right.
But even the biased fans couldn't give him a round after that. How could you and watch the whitewash of this man even have this man jump in there with when you know Bud Crawford is activating the 154? What the
Yeah,
fuck is going on in boxing, man?
and
It's
Bud in
just
super shape. The picture I saw of this nigga in the videos, I'm like, okay, yeah, he's done with 147.
yo, shout out to Black Horseman with the Scorsese image to the words, man.
but but
He's boss, man. He make you look like a
Black
champion.
got the discography. You see Derrick
Yeah.
James.
Yep.
Derrick James
Yeah,
like,
I
oh,
know.
this nigga
This
Ryan
all I
Garcia
got
is
left. He was
pissing me
like
the fuck
going in
off.
slow motion. Yeah, he was like, "This is what I'm working with." Yeah, man.
You want
That's
to know
what.
what's crazy? In that picture, look at the gym. Remember when he was training Errol Spence? All that shit said ES. All them bags are blank.
I'm just
He
shocked,
don't
man. I just wanted to hear from
he
y'all. I
don't fuck
wanted to
with
hear
Spence.
something.
Yo,
I
man,
want
we
to
all
hear.
on the same page, man. Other than the whole Canelo Benavidez shit, I'm on the same page with y'all. That shit, I don't like either one of them no more.
Fuck Canelo too, because he
Yeah,
was sucking.
I'm not. Yo, fuck Canelo. I always said he was a diva. He did go undisputed. I'll give him that. But you
I
know
don't give
what?
a fuck. He went on a Euro tour,
Right. He
son.
went on Euro tour, but that's what it was, though. That's what it
But
was at
nigga, when it
168.
came down to the heavy shit, nah.
Yeah. No, well, come
Yildirim,
on,
I'll
man.
fight Yildirim.
Yo,
Okay, that's
come on.
cool.
Yo, wait a minute. Wait a
That's who
minute.
benefited. That's who
Wait a
Benavidez lost
minute.
his title to on
Wait a minute,
scale.
though. But wait a minute, though. Who bet more money on Bibble, me or you?
Me, nigga,
No,
I
you
put a
didn't.
what?
No,
Nigga,
you
I put
didn't.
3 bears on Bivol.
Damn.
I put more than that.
Oh,
Damn.
okay. Oh, yeah, you're a little more dedicated than shit.
So,
I
so
thought
wait a minute, wait a minute. So what I'm trying to say is, this is what I'm trying to say is, I know that man, the diva.
I was
I know he
fully
don't want no
confident.
smoke. I know he didn't want no. I know he don't want no smoke with Benavidez. I know that for a fact. But you know what y'all ain't getting? Benavidez really don't want no smoke with him either. That's what's crazy.
I mean, Bivol is a different beast, bro. We
No, but
already
I'm
know
saying, but
this.
what I'm saying about Benavidez is Benavidez had a 3-fight deal, and he ducked somebody in the process, and nobody caught that shit. Only a few motherfuckers caught that shit.
Who did
I
he
was like,
duck in the process? Because I'm pretty sure I
he
know who you
ducked
gonna name.
Morrell.
Morrell is not in the
Wait, wait, wait,
process,
wait,
nigga.
wait,
Morrell
wait,
don't
wait.
Morrell
even have
was on
12
the
fights.
contract.
Wait,
Morrell
hold
was
on,
on the
Dog,
real, real,
he
contract.
real
doesn't.
quick, real quick. How did he duck Morrell? Because then there's on record it stated that
On
Morrell's
record,
team declined the Benavidez fight at one point.
I'm
So
gonna,
I don't know
Are you talking
when.
I'm
about
gonna,
Morrell? Wait.
no,
1-2. You talking about
no,
Morrell versus
no.
versus
Yo, I'm
Canelo or Morrell versus Benavidez?
Benavidez. Listen, I'm gonna tell you why.
There's a
No, wait a
reason
minute.
why
No,
he.
no, no,
All
no. No, but let me finish, and then you can cook as much as you want.
right,
You
yeah.
can cook as much as you want. Check it out. 3-fight deal. He was supposed to fight. He already signed for the fights. All 3 of them. His manager said it, and so did his trainer. Right, both of them, and his dad, his trainer. Right, his dad said it, and his manager said it. They said he got a 3-fight deal. He's gonna fight Caleb Plant, Andre, and then Morrell. He never fought Morrell, and he's moving up to 175, and it wasn't in the contract with the PBC to
But what
fight
was
Canelo.
you said it wasn't in the contract for him to fight Canelo?
Nope, and Canelo didn't sign a contract to fight him either. So neither one of them tried to sign anything or make anything to make that fight happen. So
All
all
right.
this shit
Well,
is on women. All this shit on social media for both fighters is all
I
cat.
don't do social media, so
Right, but I'm saying that's all cat. It's all cat because you know how it is. Look, why didn't
son, how is it
yeah,
all cat when Canelo wants 150 to 200 million to fight this nigga, but he'll fight
no,
fucking
no, no, no,
Jaime
no.
Munguia?
I'm not. I don't have it. I agree with you on that. But what I'm trying to say is it was already under contract. So what I'm trying to say is I want y'all to keep the same energy on this shit. All right. When Bud Crawford didn't fight Boots, why didn't he fight Boots?
I'll keep the same energy.
You
Boots
said he
No,
was
I would.
didn't.
motherfucking wait, hold on, wait a minute,
Oh,
one
go
two
ahead.
kid. Boots was
Go ahead.
Spence's motherfucking mandatory.
Right. No, but not only that, he had a contract for a rematch to fight Spence again. Right.
Yeah,
Right. Under contract. Otherwise, he's going to lose some millions of dollars. This man had a 3-fight contract, and
but
he's talking
that's
about fighting. Wait a minute. He's talking about fighting them now. You got to clean out your contract before you start talking about fighting someone. Otherwise, you're doing what? You capping.
Capping.
Yeah. So what I'm trying to say is, I'm not saying that Canelo ain't a diva. I'm not saying that Canelo is avoiding the fight and making excuses too. I'm saying both of them belong in the same category, because is he going to keep that same energy now that he been offered millions and millions of dollars? And this goes for Benavidez, that he'll get the number one, he'll get the shot at undisputed at 175. And have you heard him mention anything about that?
who
Benavidez.
Benavidez talk about fighting fucking Gvastik at
Right
175.
at 175. And dude, and he Turkey said, listen,
It's
I tell
easier
you
to
what,
work with
I ain't going.
Benavidez than
Yo, he
is it.
no.
Turkey said it's easier to work with the winner of Benavidez Bivol
Right.
versus Benavidez than
And
working
he
with
said he'll
Canelo
give
because
him,
they're not
he'll give
paying
him.
him that shit.
You know he getting top dollar for that fight.
Yeah,
And
he
then
ain't getting no fucking 150,
and
200
then
million dollars.
and then but he ain't getting that fighting. He ain't getting that fighting fucking Canelo either.
No,
because
It's
Turkey told
smart.
him
Just
that.
move on with your fucking career.
Oh yeah, I agree. I agree with that. Move
Because if
on
he
with your
goes to
career.
fight, because everybody
I'm gonna be real with
look
y'all
at
though. I don't see
look at
nothing wrong
168.
with Benavidez trying to pursue the Canelo when that's the guy that's had all the
Right,
strap in his weight
right.
class.
No,
I don't have
Yeah,
no
but
but
issue
he's
with that.
hold,
I don't have a
but he's
problem with that,
holding
Black.
up the division. And then
Right,
you want to know
but
what the roadblock is? The roadblock is, hey,
the
fight David
WBC
Morrell.
and,
No,
and
no,
and
no,
on
no,
top of it,
no. The roadblock is fight David Morrell. Who the fuck has David Morrell fought? This nigga has what? 13 fights,
oh,
12 fights.
but does that
While
sound
David, hold on. While David Benavidez is doing the heavy lifting. Okay,
right?
let me
Okay,
knock
but
these
if you
niggas'
signed
asses
up
out that
for it,
you ain't fighting. Okay, you stop playing. Okay, cool.
but if
Uh,
you signed up
you want me
for
to
it,
fight Benavidez? I mean, not Benavidez.
why are
Let me
you
fight
swerving
Andre,
them?
who you
The
ducked
same,
at 160.
right? No, I agree with you. But what I'm trying to say is you signed a 3-fight deal, point blank, period. There ain't no way you're gonna get out of that contract. And now you somehow you got out of that contract and you went to 175 to fight Vosdick, right? Which I think might be a bad decision.
But that
But at the same
contract
time, I
is
don't know,
that's
man.
not Canelo. That's not Canelo's contract.
Right? That's not that. That's
If like
Benavidez contract.
if I was with the PBC, you're not leaving this
My
contract out of
question
this
is,
3-fight
how is
deal
these dudes from
without
PBC getting out of
fighting
contracts
Benavidez.
to fight other people? How is that even possible? Like we talking about these guys getting out of
Right?
contracts and fighting other
Right?
people.
Exactly, with
But
Right?
let's
no
get what
problem.
about
They're
Spence
getting
getting
out
out
of
of
it.
his contract to now try to fight Fundora at 54
Right?
instead of
Right?
Crawford? Like what the fuck?
Without fighting Crawford at
All he
54.
had to do was announce his retirement and then be unretired and say, "I'm just gonna." Yeah, here he go, ducking butt again. That's what I'm trying to say. Like y'all ain't
Shit,
catching what I'm saying. I ain't got. I'm not picking a side. I'm telling you, it's all bullshit.
Do
I'm
anybody
telling
no,
even
I'm
you.
not saying
believe?
we're
I'm
just
not
saying
saying that.
like
I'm not.
we're just
I'm not saying
one two.
it's
We're
fixed.
just saying like how the fuck does this shit work? Like
It don't
we know how the WBC operate. That's cool.
follow the bread. That's how it's
WBO,
working.
Bud has a good he has a good rapport with the WBO. But how the fuck would this nigga right now show up to the fight,
I'll tell you how, man. I'll tell you.
not take the no, wait, hold on. Not we just saw the fight with Zoo and Fundora. And then he goes in there and he's just like, yeah, I would like to challenge this nigga. What? You got your ass whooped by
Right,
Crawford.
but
I'm
it's
trying to
And
figure out how
you
do you duck the nigga that beat the fuck out of you to
exactly,
right.
and
jump
then
and fight
and then
somebody
think
else
you
new? Like what?
and
That's
then think you
exactly
could throw
why.
your motherfucking hat in that bid.
Yeah, that's exactly
I'm not
why
even
he's
mad at
being ducked
Crawford because Crawford
because
now is going to
it's the if
not
factor,
want to fight
y'all.
Zoo.
It's
He's
the
gonna
if
want to fight
factor.
Fedora.
It's the if factor. That's what it is, man. Yo, what if Spence comes back and does a good job, right? Because if Bud
What?
gets in there with him, wait a minute, listen, pay attention. If I got Spence under contract and I'm just a businessman and I don't give a shit about boxing, why would I let him go back in with Bud and then take away the if factor completely? There's still a little if factor. What could he do if he, as long as he don't
What
fight
the fuck are
Bud?
you gonna? Okay, 1 2. What are you
If
throwing out?
factor would give
It's
me
it's the WBO and the
They
WBC.
did it in front of you. They did it in front of you.
The WBO Super is Crawford coming up. So
I'm
how
just
would
telling
you?
you. That's why I'm mad because yo, Bud should be the guy in there, fucking crushing. I mean, trying going for 3-time undisputed or unification or jumping up to 154
winning
or
in his fourth wave
doing.
class.
But right,
Yeah,
but
he's
do
in
not
his for
do they not
and he about all that shit. This nigga just
right?
enforced this shit.
But
So
they
the
not
WBO,
they just cutting PBC is cutting this motherfucker out again.
I
That's
think
what
there's an
you
hey, yeah. I mean, it looks like it's a real agenda to keep Crawford from any further
facts.
success, just because he beat the hell out of Errol Spence, their guy. And it's like
No, I
they're
don't.
really trying to put a
yeah,
roadblock
but I
and
don't
block this
see
guy.
how they can roadblock him. The only roadblock I can see is the WBC because
No, what
WBC
they what
and PBC they fuck with each other like that. But the WBO,
I see what you're saying, Charles. Them
Bud
ordering
had, but
Right,
yeah,
yeah,
the
exactly.
y'all missing
Bud
the
mandatory
has
point.
a
Y'all
Bud
missing
has
the
a
point.
solid. My bad. Go ahead,
before
one two.
with WBO.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Y'all missing the point though. It's not that they're trying to roadblock Bud from being successful. They trying to stop they boys from not being. I mean, they want they boys to be successful. So
You know
they
what my
trying to make
theory
as
on it
much
is, bro?
money. They trying to make as much money as they can, Black, right? To out of the people that they got, even though they beating fighters and they some of them are washed, and they trying to get as much out of them as they possibly can. That's all it is, bro. That's all the
I think
PBC
you know
is
what I
doing
think
with
it
this
is,
fight,
bro. It's an
right?
attempt to try to keep Errol Spence relevant, bro. Just to throw
Yeah,
his
cause
name in
he,
there.
Of
So he showed
course,
up to the event, he jumped in the
right,
ring, and it's like, oh
right,
shit, Errol Spence, he's back, he's back. Just to be able to get
yeah.
the buzz and people talking about him. Because
because
really it
he's
ain't
the
been no
last
talk hardly
hurrah.
about the
And how much danger is he fighting? Is he in fighting Fedora as to
but
fighting
but
Snoop
but
or
I
Bud?
wouldn't be shocked. Look, I wouldn't be shocked if he don't take the Fundora fight and jump in there with like a Keith.
But the problem is though, Black. What I'm
I
talking
don't think
about
he'll
is
take the key fight.
but the
Nigga,
problem,
trust me, bro. I'm
but y'all,
telling you, watch. Hey,
the issue is y'all missing it. Y'all missing the point. The issue is these motherfuckers is fucking up boxing.
yeah, we already know that. That's why I'm flaming this
Yeah,
shit
we
right
already
now.
knew
That's why we
that
talk
Right.
shit.
about this shit.
But
It's a
that's what I'm
joke.
saying. It's a
Like one
fucking
two,
joke,
we can all agree on that shit. Nigga,
right? This is
we
all
definitely do.
Look at the title that I put in. Nigga, hell yeah.
right. No,
Like
no,
this
I
shit
understand that.
is terrible.
I'm just saying, man. Like that's why not a lot of content been coming out of my way because, and I always
Nah,
join the
Shorty, put
lives
that shit
from the
over there.
team.
Fucking
You know what I mean? I always join the lives from my team, whether it be Red, Angel, if I see y'all doing your thing, or Black. I always come through, hit up the like, and show support for my team. But man, this shit is low key depressing.
that
And
Well,
ain't
this is
I'm
low
my
key,
thoughts,
it's high
man.
key, nigga.
This is
yeah.
my real quick thoughts on Earl Spencer B don't take the Bud Clapper fight, man.
Hey guys, I smell something. You smell something? I smell something. I smell pussy.
Nigga, I
That's a
threw that in
fact.
the hangout.
Shout
You
out to
already know.
Charles, nigga.
Mhm.
I threw that in the hangout like shit.
But when I
That
heard
was
that Snoop,
that wasn't even for that fight, but I threw it out there.
yeah,
Yeah.
I just hope Fedora, because if you push the PBC enough, like
Nah,
you see this,
you're not gonna do anything if you push the PBC enough because look what the
Spence did it.
PBC
He
has
got in there
done
with
so
Bud.
far.
Spence got in there with Bud, and so did Porter.
Yeah,
So
but
what I'm trying to say,
no. 1-2. Spence wanted that fight, and that's why I respect
right?
Spence for that.
Me
He
too.
wanted that fight. He didn't want
Right.
anything else.
hmm He don't want
But
that fight now.
no,
He want
hell
the
no.
retirement.
No, hell
Now
no.
he want Fedora.
But the shit I don't respect is that the WBC, I'm pretty sure, are going to fucking allow Spence to jump in front of motherfucking Bud when Bud is the WBO super. But Bud has a good relationship with the WBO, so I'm hoping the WBO kind of trumps it.
Right.
But if that doesn't
But you know
happen,
what, Charles?
why
The
the fuck
WBO,
are they sitting here and trying to promote this bullshit? Like this nigga came out dead ass, yo,
Because
and
it's a PBC
yeah, and
event.
I would like to see him fight.
Right.
And I was like,
They
where the
trying to
fuck did
set up.
you come from,
They
nigga?
trying
You
to.
still owe
Yo,
Bud a rematch.
you know what?
exactly.
Right. They trying to swerve Bud fighting Keith or fucking Spence even now, and he's the two-time undisputed champion. They swerving this dude and blackballing this dude so bad that it's like they trying to set up a fucking Keith Thurman Spence fight. That's what they trying to do, man.
I just mentioned that, bro.
Right, right. But what
I
I'm
said
saying,
that, Charles. Like,
right, you
hey,
did
bro,
say
they.
that. But what I'm
But
trying to
that's
say,
why I said they using this as hype for Spence. Like, oh shit, just get people talking
right,
and get the
right.
buzz back up for Spence, and then they gonna fuck around and bring the Keith shit in there. You know what I mean? And then
Black, when you dig
yeah,
deeper,
like where the fuck did that
all
shit
you
come from?
understand is all you understand is it's a simple thing. They just trying to keep, like what you said, they're trying to keep them relevant, and they
Yeah.
don't want to lose their cash cows, even though they
And
cash cows
Spence
in
doesn't even
injured
earn it. Like
in
that
wars,
shit irks me.
right?
That shit irks me.
That was the biggest ones, and he predicted it, a one-sided ass whooping. He just had the wrong side. It was the worst ass whooping I had seen. Yo, it was almost as bad as Fury, if not worse than Fury Wilder, where I was like, yo, man, go ahead and stop that fight.
Which
Yo, man,
one?
that's
Fury
enough.
Wilder 1 or Fury Wilder 2?
Two.
Yeah, 2 was a fucking that
Yo,
shit was a
yo,
beating.
but I
What
was
up,
like,
Rascal?
I was scared for Spence's life.
Rice Clot, what up? Oh yeah, Spence. You could have stopped Spence anytime after the 5th round. 5th or 6th round? Was it the 5th
Right.
round?
I was like,
Which
they
one?
could just stop this shit. This shit is ridiculous.
Which fight you talking about?
Fucking
Spence and Bud.
Bud and Spence.
Oh yeah, I mean, shit. I had picked the eighth. It went nine rounds because
Yeah,
Spence do got hard.
yo,
He kept getting up.
that was 4 extra rounds, man.
It's
Yeah,
cool to
real
have
shit.
heart, but that nigga took
That's
5 extra
exactly
rounds
why he
worth
got
of
his
an ass
ass whooped
whooping.
so bad, my nigga. Hell yeah. That's
Yo,
why he got his
I
ass
Talk
whooped so
about
bad.
here. I'm Tim Duncan and this nigga is this. No, nigga, you are not Tim Duncan.
no, it
Nigga,
was
you
the
are
other way
Manu
around.
Ginobili.
It was the other way
This
around.
nigga, this nigga Bud is the big fundamental.
Yo,
You are
and it's
not.
crazy too. They took my line because you know
Bud
what
was
I
Jordan,
call
nigga.
Bud in the welterweight division. I said he the Tim Duncan of the division. I said he don't get no glory, but he knows how to win, and he always wins. And I said that shit on IOTBA shits, and I know Spence be riding that
Oh
shit.
shit! You said that
I
shit on
wouldn't
Tim
compare that
Ferriss
nigga to
channel.
no Tim Duncan though. He
Who?
beyond that to me.
Who? Bud? No, this was before Bud pulled off the 2-time undisputed.
But I'm
And
just
yo,
saying he do that shit with so much
Tim Duncan
flash
was
and
a beast.
dominance. You know what I mean?
No,
Like,
but Tim Duncan, it just fucking come on, man. He was a winner. He was just an all-time. You know, when that motherfucker came in the game, they said Twin Towers, and they would talk about him and David Robinson. But we know who won them championships.
Nigga, you
Tim
said
Duncan.
gingivitis would win?
Who?
what?
IOTBA old AIDS gums having ass nigga?
How we get on IO? What the fuck, Charles? What?
Nah, because he said IOTBA said some shit. That's why I said,
No,
oh,
I
Oh,
said
Buzz.
that shit on his thing, and he was like, he not the Tim Duncan. Spence is the Tim Duncan. That was the
Yeah,
first.
yeah,
That's something that
he's
I
not the
said.
big fundamental.
I was like, no. I said, this dude got all the
Bad
fundamentals. I was like,
yeah,
this dude got all the
bad
accolades. I was like, yo,
comparison.
that's why?
hey, Mr. T, that's a good point. He might vacate the belt to fight Spence because I think the WBO might stick to you know what I mean, they blueprint. They good at ordering these
Well,
mandatories, and if you don't
that's
fight,
what
they
dude
strip it.
said though. That's
Nah,
what
the
Yeah,
dude.
WBO is solid.
they
Yeah,
solid. They been
They
solid.
nah, man.
solid. That's
They
why I
track
said
record
in
is
the
solid.
that's why I said in the hangout, like they're going to honor
He didn't. But
Crawford fighting because
but Zeus
he's always had a good
that's the
upstanding
problem
with
though.
them. Because when he came
Zeus,
from 135 to
Hold
140
on,
to
hold on.
147, he's been good with the WBO. Go ahead, one
Facts.
two.
Go ahead, one two.
man, Zoo, they did the interview with Zoo, and they said, would you vacate the WBO to fight a different fight with like Spence? And he was like, who said that I was going to vacate? Oh, my trainer. And he were like, yeah. And then they were like, well, so he would have to vacate to fight Spence, right? Then they said, well, who would you rather fight? And he was like, I'll fight them both. And then they were like, okay, well, if the money was similar, who would you fight? He said the one that made the most sense and that was easier to make. Who does he fight for? The PBC. That's a duck. He low-key ducks fucking Bud. In the interview, I was like, what? You would give up a title and take the
Yeah,
same
he
amount
was
of
double talking. I did see.
money. Yo, you would take the same amount of money to fight Spence rather than fight Bud? And then when they brought up Bud, he was like, whatever makes the most sense. And then when they said Spence, he was like 100%.
Oh, so they jump cut my
Yeah,
shit because when I was looking at this shit, the
yeah,
way
I
he was
was
talking,
like,
I was like, oh, this nigga's free smoke.
Yeah, at
which
first he
made
was
me
like,
jump on
"Oh,
the.
I need to talk to my manager." And then, as the interview continued to go, that's what he said. I was like, the energy completely changed. It was like whoever I make the most money fighting, and whatever is the easiest fight to make. Where would
Right.
be the easiest fight to make? The PBC guy, because when you're on the PBC, you got to jump through fucking
Oh, so they
the ring
still
of
on they
fire.
bullshit. So they still on they
Yes, that's what
bullshit.
I'm trying to say, man. That's what I'm trying to
All
say.
right. Well, I didn't see that part. I saw
That's
the
probably
other
why he
part
got.
that you
That's what he
said,
get then. That's why he got his ass whooped
but
tonight.
Right,
You get.
yeah,
exactly,
exactly. So fuck
exactly.
them. I
Yep.
hope Matchroom and Top Rank keep kicking their fucking teeth in.
That's why he ran into that elbow.
It wasn't
That
even
shit
a.
was
It
horrible,
wasn't even.
bro.
It wasn't even a bad elbow. It was just an elbow because he was trying to,
Right,
keep
And,
his
he
and
ran
yeah,
guard up.
and
into it.
to be honest with you, it was because of him. He fucking ducked
Right,
down into that
right. He
elbow.
ran into it head first. He ran into the elbow on his own.
They ain't
Oh,
got
and
no
I
images up yet on the internet. I was looking for some shit.
Oh,
They
I
ain't got
got
it up.
images. I got images.
And I think he was a good fighter. And I was riding with him too because Angel was pushing him. And I'm like, yo, this dude can fight. And I felt like he was free smoke. But then when Bud said he wanted to do it, the moment that Bud said he wanted to make it happen, where did the Earl Spence shit just come out of fucking left field, out of
Hey,
retirement? We were like,
interception,
Ooh,
my
what
nigga.
the
Once
hell?
you kid, it's called interception.
and the crazy
Switcheroo.
shit is, I was sitting there and I was like watching the fight, like where the fuck did Fundora? So he kept the belts household, right? But where the fuck did Errol Spence come from? Because he's not in any of them fucking sanctioned bodies.
Bro,
Yo,
that's how
they
PBC
resurrected
move,
that shit,
bro.
man. They
But listen, but hold
resurrected
on,
that shit.
but look, Charles, it's not far fetched when we talk about PBC. They just threw a dude who coming off a knockout loss in there into a unification fight.
To
So
fight
would it
another
be far
dude with
fetched?
a knockout loss in
Would
a
it be far
unification
fetched?
fight, or not a
Would it be
unification
far
fight.
fetched to throw Spence in there to after coming off a knockout loss to get into a unification? See what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Like they be
another
doing weird
right.
shit.
Yeah,
No,
man.
the only reason
They double
the only
dipping with the
reason I
bullshit.
suspected the only reason suspected that shit is because this nigga is 6'6", whatever, and he's already a PBC fighter. He's in house. So I was thinking, okay, they're trying to lock Zoo in because Zoo is not a PBC fighter.
Oh, he ain't. I
So
didn't
I
even know that. I
no,
was
he wasn't. So I'm thinking they threw him in there to fight and try to lock him in. Like, okay, let's try to get a contract with him.
well. See, I mentioned that in my last live stream that that bait and switch shit. That maybe like Zoo, they probably told Zoo the whole time. I mean, Fedora the whole time. Like, look, man, hey, prepare, bro. We gonna get that call. We got Keith in the equation right now, but trust me, you gonna be preparing for Zoo, and Zoo probably think he preparing for Keith the whole time. And they do the bait and switch. Same shit they did
Exactly.
with
They did the same thing, same shit
Manny
with Lewis.
Pacquiao.
remember the shit they did with Pacquiao with the Uka
Yup,
shit.
yup,
Yeah.
yup,
So I'm
yup.
sitting there and I'm looking at this shit and I'm like, okay, none of it makes sense, but it kind of makes sense because PBC is trying to catch a new deal with Amazon and they got to sell this bullshit. So they,
Yeah, and they
okay,
got it, and that's why the PBC has such a problem selling their fights. Is
They use
because
Keith to sell the shit.
they want
and
so
then all
much
of a sudden
control.
Keith
They do their own
torn shit.
promotion, and their
Hmm.
promotion be sucking ass.
You
So
know,
that's what it is. I mean, remember
So
when
you
yo,
throw
you
this
remember
big
when
six
Wilder
six
was promoting
nigga.
the fights?
Yeah,
Oh
but
my
but
god,
look at where
it was
Wilder, but look
awful,
where Wilder's at now. Wilder is not on PBC.
right? And he getting all the fights, and he getting
get
exposed
fucked
left
up
and right.
too.
Yeah, he
Yep.
fucked up. He missing hella bread. Mr. Generational
Oh,
Wealth
he getting
ass nigga.
bread.
He getting
Yo,
bread now, but he getting his ass whooped
No, I'm
for it.
talking
yeah,
about
but
he missed out though.
He getting it on
because
the late
He
part of
ca-
his career.
he catching it now. Zane gonna whoop his ass.
I don't know.
Bro, is that fight really happening?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
it's
guess
signed
so.
already. It's
Oh
signed
yeah,
already in Saudi.
One thing,
Wilder
one thing I'll
Wilder
say
get
about
knocked out,
one thing I can say about Wilder though, he ain't no coward.
He is a coward.
bro.
No, he ain't. No, he ain't.
How he
Loyal.
not? He didn't fight fucking AJ when they threw all that bread on the table.
Nah, he was just being loyal. If he got in the ring with AJ, he would go
Nah,
for
that's
the.
not being
But nah,
loyal. One
hey, that's
two.
called
It's
being stupid. It's called being
I don't
stupid.
know. I don't know what the
1-2,
PBC giving
1-2,
these
one.
motherfuckers.
Yo,
They giving
listen,
them something
1-2,
because they loyal as fuck.
1-2. It's not
I
being
think it's
loyal.
stupid.
It's him being stupid because he could have had this deal years ago.
Years ago, and he would have had a better chance
Facts.
of winning too. Then
He did not
now it's
need.
all washed up.
He didn't need
Uh
the
huh.
Saudis to get that bread.
And the
Yo,
other nigga is getting better. He can't
and,
age him out.
and what do you think the odds are going to be against AJ if the fight ever happens? If he even makes it to the fight,
It's
what
gonna
do you
be
think the odds are going to be? 4 to
He
shit.
gonna
1,
take a he gonna take an
3 to
ass whipping
1.
against Zane. Zane gonna stop him.
He get knocked out, bro. Zane, that
Zane
Chinese
Zane is
stopping
motherfucker,
him.
too fucking big, man.
Zane
All
is
you
bro.
gotta
going to
do, yo,
stop him.
Zane go grab him, block, and Zane punch way harder
Yeah,
than Tyson Fury.
he's
Hey,
exactly. He's going to do the same thing that he went through with Fury, except Zane's
he
gonna
fighting a
lean on him.
way bigger southpaw than when he fought
Yeah,
Ortiz.
and a southpaw that punched like a fucking shit brick house.
Like a fucking mule.
Yo, cause how many times did Zane drop Parker?
Parker, twice.
Yep, and
Twice.
he only threw 2 punches.
But what was it? The left hook that dropped Parker
He
twice?
only, yo, he
The
only,
left, bro.
he only threw 2 left hands.
But Parker got a chin though.
Yo, Parker's tough. And
Parker,
Willie,
I like
He got
Parker.
heart, bro.
I like Parker after he fought oh shit, who the fuck
I
the
always,
fight
I
that I
always knew
respected
Parker
him?
was a good fighter.
Ruiz or
I
something?
thought he lost against Ruiz. Yeah, and I like Ruiz.
He just never,
Hey, speaking of that, what happened to Ruiz, man? What the fuck his situation is?
He keep pricing himself out.
no, man. He's going for the gusto, man. He's going for the #1 top dog, bro.
No, but
That
he keep
That,
pricing himself out of fights.
nah,
how, bro? What the fuck? This
no. I'm
dude,
just
how long he been
talking.
He
inactive,
keeps
bro?
pricing himself out of fights.
As much as
He wanted 10 million to fight. Was it 10 million to fight Wilder?
man, he's just another Keith Thurman in the heavyweight division, man.
No, he's not because he's unified
Who
champ
is
at
unified?
heavyweight.
He
Who is
unified before, just not 3 belts.
No,
He
Ruiz.
unified too.
Yeah, Ruiz is unified. He beat fucking AJ.
that motherfucker
So
ain't been unified in 3 years.
Bro, he was, but
but
hold
he
on. He was
has the
unified for
right
one fight.
to. But he has the right to ask for that price. He's unified.
No, he don't. No, he don't.
I'll come back, y'all, and this time I'll do way better.
Bro.
Don't make me start flaming this dude.
Hey, Ruiz
Son, he
better
got
get back.
one.
He better get
Well, he
back in the
got
ring with
one.
somebody.
He
Bro.
can fight.
He got
He
one
can
loss,
fight,
2
but
loss.
man, that dude ain't dedicated, man.
No,
And you know,
he dedicated to eating, but
I'll
still.
tell you who been
That's what I'm saying.
dedicated
That's why he
lately,
need to get
yo.
back in the ring because he gotta still eat.
I'll tell you who been dedicated lately. You see how good shape Tyson Fury in?
Yo,
He
Tyson
He in shape.
Fury is slim.
Yeah,
Hey,
he's
that's
scared to
cool,
death.
but he gonna get his ass whooped. Fuck all that
Yeah,
dumb shit.
he in
I
great
don't
shape.
know. I don't know about him getting his ass whooped, but
All
I
right,
do.
he
Charles. Okay,
He gonna
keep
get
that
his ass.
same energy, fam. I got
I keep the same energy, Black.
Usyk,
Right.
bro.
I
If
know.
he lose, he lose. But I keep the same energy. I kept the
He
same
in great
energy for
shape
Spence
though.
and I
Yo,
kept the same
Black.
energy for
He,
Spence and Bud.
he ain't
Yeah, you
sleeping.
Even though
did.
I
He ain't
even
sleeping
though
on.
I knew Bud was gonna whoop his ass after looking at
But
a film, I was like, oh
Black,
shit, this
Black,
ain't
is
looking
he
good. But I still
Black?
rolled out.
Black,
Yeah,
is he sleeping on Usyk?
we're gonna
That
tell
motherfucker
you.
in
I'm
great shape.
telling you, bro. That's cool. I'm glad Fury is taking this shit serious. So
Yeah,
that tell you he concerned. He ain't
right.
coming in
He
there with
can
the fat
start.
back, huh?
But yo, you can't keep going back to that. Well, not at that weight. It don't work like that. Nah,
He ain't
man.
coming in there with the fat back. He gonna come in there slim.
Oh, he gonna come in there super slim. He gonna come in there
Hey,
in super
listen,
shape, but them knees is different. He let that shit slide for too long.
long jab and holding. Expect
Yeah.
that from Fury.
Oh hell yeah, That's all you're gonna expect, and that's all you're gonna see. He
bro.
gonna
He gonna
quiet
make
man.
it. He gonna
Yeah,
make
He
it a
gonna try to
boring. He
quiet
gonna make
man.
it a. He gonna make it a boring fight against Usyk.
The first Ruiz
bro.
heavyweight champion. He gonna go like that Puerto Rican Ruiz, the quiet man. He gonna hold that man. He gonna jab once in a while. He gonna grab. He gonna jab, grab. He
Uh-huh. He gonna wear his. He
Bro,
gonna wear his ass
nah, he
down.
ain't gonna wear
he,
him
he
down
that's what
though.
he think. He think he gonna be able to grab
You
Usyk.
didn't
Usyk gonna be
already
in and
bet
out.
on it, Charles, did you?
Huh?
You didn't already bet on that, did you?
Or what?
He might
Usyk
though.
and
Yeah, don't though.
Who? Hey, hold on. Who's
I'm
favored in
betting
that
on
fight?
Usyk.
Oh, good for you.
Yeah,
I'll
good for you,
take
man.
Usyk because
Who's?
Usyk is a heavy underdog. But
Is
I have Fury. I think Fury's gonna just stop him.
Nah, bro. Good. Well, I'm glad you put a little money on Usyk because you gonna win. You gonna
I'm
win
just
some money
saying
again.
that's my pick. But you know, if
I'm
it
I'm gonna
proud
doesn't
of you
happen, it
tonight.
doesn't happen. It
you
doesn't
could be
matter.
like, it was the cocaine. That's why I couldn't win. I was out there
But
partying.
nigga, I don't never refrain from what I'm doing. So you know
Right,
what I
but
mean? Like
don't
if it
put no
happens, it
bank on
happens.
some shit though.
I'm a fan of the sport, so if
Because
it
when you
does
was
happen, it
I
right,
bet.
happens.
how long was I trying to
That's
get
something
you
we
not?
all are.
How long was I
Huh?
trying to get you not to bet on Spence?
Against who?
But
Crawford.
But you gotta listen.
how long did
When I
I say
when
don't
I
do it?
bet on that fight, I bet on that fight before it was the car accident.
My nigga LaRon, what up, family?
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, if you already had money going, then
Yeah, I had that shit was long
Hey,
before the
but
car accident.
one two kid. Charles been saying Spence was gonna win that fight for like 4 or 5 years, bro. Before that
Yeah,
fight happened,
I stuck to my guns.
we had hella debates, and I was trying to tell this nigga. I said, bro, he's not
but
beating
not
Bud.
the bread. You don't put
I
the
try to
bread.
tell this man, like,
I
bro, he's
stuck.
not
Yeah,
beating
yeah,
Bud
but
Crawford.
I stuck. But I'm me. I stuck to my
What?
guns.
Right,
What?
I got
This
you.
nigga
Hey,
is this
I
nigga
respect
Charles
you.
will stick that shit all the way out to the end, bro.
I'm
I
just saying
respect
though,
Charles on that shit.
when it come to bread though, I appreciate that and I like that. You know what I mean? That you sticking to your guns, but I ain't gonna be mad if you could be like, last minute, like, hey man, you know what? Fuck that.
No, no, but son, 1-2, I did that. I
Right.
once I
That,
saw the footage, I was like, shit, but I still stuck to it
yeah,
because
you're right. You're right.
but that's what I stuck with.
Right.
I
I
said, all
got you.
right, cool. You know what? Fuck it. I'm riding with him.
I'm on record saying this, but I'll be quick, man. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I'll be like, yo, man, I'm wrong.
If I'm wrong,
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
I'll eat the bird. I'm cool.
Yep. Yep.
Oh yeah. Ain't
But
no
Ablo
fake
got me
niggas
on
over here.
That Richards Watsy shit,
and Black, you already knew. Like
Yeah.
but I
and
was
Black
wrong.
always held my feet to the fire. Like, nah, nigga, you chose Spence. Yeah, I stuck. I'm gonna stick it out.
Yo,
Hopefully he got hopefully he got some shit up his sleeve. He
yeah, but
didn't.
I'm not a fan at 168, either one of them fighters, because you know why? Because um fucking Benavidez could have pinned that motherfucker between a rock and a hard place by saying, nah, I want this dude in my third fight, and also mandating his mandatory and activating his mandatory and pushing his mandatory. And then what would the options of Canelo been? Move up to 175 and fight for undisputed because he's always talking about fighting for titles. He wouldn't have did that. Either fight
No,
one of those guys or
he's a
fight
sucker right
Benavidez.
now.
You can't move down to 160. What would you have been able to do? But he didn't activate the Mando. You know what I mean?
No, this
Because
nigga's he's a whole
even
sucker right now. 1-2.
and this is why I flame Shakur or whatever. But prior to the fight with Haney, I said, "Yo, he gonna activate the Mando." And the moment he activated the Mando,
Dev moved up.
Dev moved up and let the title go. And I said, "Yup, I knew it." And and that's what he had Canelo in that same position, and he didn't do it.
I
That's
still think he
what
should have
got bothered.
called Haney's bluff,
I don't think he.
took
I
the
don't think
money.
he.
Because
Go
to
ahead,
be
Black. My
real, the
fault.
nigga
Why
was
would you? But
fucking
why would you?
starving himself to
Right,
fucking stay at that
but
weight,
black,
and he should
but
have took
black,
the opportunity to
but
beat
black,
Haney's ass
but black.
when he
If I
had the
offer,
chance.
yo, if black, if you and I are gonna fight, right,
Mhm,
and it's $100 fight, you and me
mhm.
to fight in, and then you go, and I'm the man, right, or I'm the undisputed champion, and you go,
Right.
okay, I'm gonna fight you, and I
Mhm.
go, nah, well, then if you're gonna fight me, you're gonna take this 25%. And then I start capping and saying that's what I took, because that ain't what Haney took. People keep he took it the first time. He didn't, well, he took 29% the first time, not 25, to fight a lower tier fighter than a Shakur or Haney himself. He took
But hold
he
on, it
took
was for
20 minutes.
undisputed
No,
though,
no,
bro.
I know it's undisputed. I get it. Bet on yourself. I
So
get what you're saying.
undisputed,
But here's the catch. This is what
and
you're
he
not
went to a whole
right,
nother country twice.
right. And did I not give him props for that? For
But I'm
going for
saying Shakur should have
no, but
humbled
black.
himself, I think,
But this
bro.
way, no, wait a minute. But black, let me finish. Let me
Go ahead.
finish. But you can offer me that, and I can get 30 to 35 by going the WBC route. So I activate that to force you to fight me. You drop your title and move up. Low key, that's a duck, bro.
You can say that, but hold on, real quick. But
That's a duck.
still, but once again though, but one thing about it though, I can't take away from you. You were still undisputed at the weight class that I wanted to be
Right.
undisputed at,
Yup.
and then you
That's
moved
true.
on to bigger and
That's
better
true.
things, and I missed out.
Right. But what I'm
I
trying to
missed
say
out.
is,
So I
right,
can say all
right,
day long, oh, he ducked me because he vacated
right,
the belts. But at the end of the day, if you're still winning, I'm
right.
over
But
here
does it
bitter.
matter? I get what you're
I'm
saying.
bitter, and you
But
still on top.
the
And
only reason
I'm out here talking about, all right, fuck this shit. I'm retiring.
right,
That's it,
but
bro.
right, black. Yo, I get where you're coming from, but what I'm trying to say is, why, if you decided not to let me
Yeah, Scott,
dictate,
Modern King.
you decided not to let me dictate the whole deal,
Mhm.
and went a different route where I was forced to fight you,
No, I hear you.
right,
I
right, and then
definitely see your point.
I
I
said, oh
definitely see
yeah,
your point.
right,
But at the
but
same
here,
time,
no,
I
but that ain't
talked about this one two kid that,
we not
you
a
know,
black.
he,
We not gonna
go ahead.
agree on this, but black, we not
I
gonna
feel you.
agree on this point, right? You and me. But when it come to Benavidez,
Mhm.
we should agree on it, because you know why? He can't move up and fight Regis. Canelo got to move up and fight the winner for undisputed at 175. So he ain't got nowhere to go.
Nah, the walls is closing in. He's
Right.
No,
done.
no. I mean,
So what?
that's a different situation. I feel
Right.
low
And no,
key
no,
in
no.
the sense
But
that
that's but
because
I
That's
brought up
why
a
he chose
situation to talk about.
Kovalev. That's why
I
he
brought up the
chose. That's why he thought
right.
because
he
hold on,
did
the
the right thing
difference
by
is
fighting
let me say this
Bivol.
to one two kid real quick. The difference is with that situation is Benavidez was willing to take the low ball offer for Canelo to get the fucking cake, the big piece of the pie. And Canelo still didn't want that smoke.
What are you
He talking
talking
about
about?
150 to 200 million.
Wait, but what I'm trying to say is, what contract was ever he was already under contract. His third fight, he's not supposed to be fighting Bostic. He's supposed to be fighting Morrell. So what I'm trying to say is, the fight was never either one of them. Neither
No,
one of
but
them.
okay, 1, 2. I get what you're saying, but that's on PBC's. That's their asses
Right,
for
right.
not doing that.
But it's also the fighters for signing the contract. And so to sit
No,
here,
no,
no, no, no,
no,
no, no, no,
no.
no, no.
Okay,
Because if I'm sitting here saying
Let him rebuttal. Go
I
ahead.
wanna fight, I wanna fight black. I wanna fight black. I wanna fight that motherfucker today, right? But I know I'm under contract to fight another motherfucker. And then somehow I get out of that contract. I'm fighting at 175. And then I say, don't be surprised if it happens in September. Both of these dudes might even be fighting each other. We don't even know. We getting
it's
played
not
all the
even.
way
Don't
around.
be surprised. Listen, what the fuck did Mungia do to earn this fight? Please tell me.
Yeah, bro. That's just it's we can get off this Canelo shit. Canelo is
No,
flamed
no, no,
out the
no, no,
game.
no, no. We gonna sit on this one. 1, 2.
Bro, come on, man.
Cause I'm about to throw some dirt on this shit.
Yeah, bro. It's not even worth me to debate that because we know this McGee shit. When you throw that in the equation, this man skipped the whole fucking line, bro. So like you was talking about
It's not. It's
Morrell
not.
and all these other
And
people.
Black. It's not even that.
Go
Berlanger
ahead, go ahead.
would be the next person.
I'm sorry, yo.
Please.
I ain't justifying no ducks out here.
No, 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 no. I'm not saying
No
you're
ducks.
justifying it, but just talk to a nigga. Let me know.
Let you know what.
Shit. Anything.
Yo,
How the
Next,
fuck?
next to,
wait
I'm
a
gonna just
minute.
put it like this:
His
behind
manager said,
Canelo, Benavidez is the most qualified dude at the division,
"Oh,
man. He should have been the
absolutely,
guy.
Black."
So,
I've been saying the same thing.
and I can't be mad at David Benavidez for trying to be the next guy, bro. If he's the mandatory,
Nigga took the minimum, and then this nigga talk about I
he's the
need pay. Oh,
mandatory, bro.
he's talking about
He's a mandatory.
I
He's a
want payday.
mandatory.
He want payday. He want payday. No,
But
nigga, you want payday as soon as you put a fucking price tag on it.
but
150.
if I'm active, listen. If I don't activate the mandatory, and the WBC is acting funny, and I'm not attempting to activate the mandatory, and they saying I'm mandatory, but they not active. They not pushing the fight, and I'm not going in front of the sanctioned body and fighting for the fight. Then what am I
Lawsuit.
talking about? But wait a minute. But what am I? If I but what I'm no fuck that. If I'm not even fighting for the fight, other than on social media and saying, "Oh, 200,000," then what the fuck does that mean? Even if and I have another fight lined up in the contract, then I can't honestly be. I'm not being honest. I
I'm
know.
suing. I'm
All right, so
suing.
look, real quick. We're gonna come back to that. I want to shout out Modern King Boxing, and also Toby Barlett, man. We also had a fight this past Friday. I want to give shout out to a new undisputed champion on the women's side, Tanisha Estrada, man. Shout out to
Yes.
Tanisha Estrada.
Strata put in work.
Yep.
Let's cook on that real quick. She fought Yocasta
Vail.
Valle. It was some bad blood between the two ladies. In fact, it was Tanisha Estrada's old trainer, previous trainers that who trained her from since she was a kid, who switched sides and started training Yocosta Valle. So it was a lot of bad blood. Tanisha Estrada won the fight pretty clearly, fair and square. Although it was a good scrap, it was definitely a good
Good
scrap.
scrap.
Yocosta Valle gave a good effort, but it was too little, too late. She did rock Tanisha Estrada a few times, though. She did rock her a few
I did
times.
not like Estrada switching stances.
I was about to say that she did a
That's
lot
what
of
she did.
switching, and that's when she started getting caught with certain shots because Valle started noticing that. And
Yep.
but yeah, y'all go ahead and cook on that if y'all was able to
Yeah,
catch it once it did drop.
catching them switching in between stances where you're halfway square. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
If you go switch stances, you gotta hide it. You can't just you can sometimes transition or you can shift while throwing the shot. But if they expecting it and they paying close attention, they catch you flat footed in the midst of changing position, and then your feet are straight and you get caught with a straight hand, it ain't even got it ain't even got to be a hard punch. Both your feet are locked up back. I mean, straight. You might wind up on your ass. Just an
Yeah,
off balance shot or
and
looking bad.
that's not what happened. That fight was a good fight.
Mhm.
The last, let me see, last 4 rounds is when she finally locked in and held a solid stance.
Right. Yeah.
It was
I
catching
think I had
over
her
the
losing the
top.
last two rounds, but she went. I think I had it even after four, and then she won like 4 rounds straight. I think, and then the last two I gave to Valle.
You gave the
If I'm not
last two to
mistaken.
Valier?
No, I gave. No, let me try to. Let me think. Let me think.
I gave the
I
last.
gave.
I thought
I
it was
gave.
close up until 7, even though she kept
You
on
know, I
switching
think I
back
had
and forth.
one
And
even
then I
round.
gave exactly. I gave 1-1, even, and 12 to obviously Estrada. She came out in that 12th round and firing combos
Yeah, I
and
edged
walking
it to
in.
Estrada. It was actually closer on my scorecard, but I did edge it to Estrada. I did edge it to her.
Hey,
She
Black,
won the fight though.
you
Yeah.
mind if I touch on a subject that's a little off subject? Because it's your platform.
Go ahead, fam. Go ahead.
All right. Yeah, first off, I want to shout out Black and Charles D, because even though we be disagreeing on stuff, we all fighting for the same thing: a clean, decent, straight shooting sport. So I
Facts.
can always respect where these guys are coming from, and they
We can
always
always
respect
we
my
can
point.
always agree to disagree, nigga. You
Right,
already
right,
know what it is,
right.
one two.
But that's why I chat with y'all. There's no bias
Facts.
over here. We all looking at it. Sometimes we might look at it a little different, but we all looking at the sport as trying to save the sport.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of other people don't do that. They
That's
just
what we
ride
do.
they ride the wave, they kiss ass, they suck ass, they got agendas, and
Right.
we don't have agendas over here. So
Hell no.
that's why
Both no.
kid immediately emerged fucking the UGC and the
Like
TAC.
me
That's
and
why
Black go
way
shit.
back.
Me and Black
Right,
go head to
right. I
head
know.
all day
And
long.
you know what's
Facts.
crazy? You know what's crazy is who brought me
I
to
remember
you.
when Black was with his wife
Y'all
watching
remember who
something and me and him
y'all
Yeah,
disagreeing
nigga,
on
remember
we
some
go
shit.
way back. This nigga said, yeah. Nigga,
yo,
that bitch Charles, we go
Exactly.
way
Me
back,
and
bro.
exactly. Black was on
and,
and we disagreed on some shit
and yo,
and he
oh
blocked
okay.
me. But he
Black, black.
but he blocked me. But that's how real my nigga Black is, because Black pulled
Oh,
me right
shit.
back in.
He said, come on back. I got something to say to you.
That's how I know me and Black. That's my brother. Like we can argue
Yeah.
about anything.
But that's what
Bro,
I'm
it's been
saying.
years.
Yo, that's what I'm saying about this.
Years, my nigga.
Yo, but that's what
Yeah,
I'm
I've been
saying
rocking with Charles, man, from day one. Ups and downs, all of that, nigga. Real shit.
about because I remember when I first came here, it was Black, you, Red, Angel, and Unbiased.
Damn, original crew.
Yeah. And then when I came, Unbiased always had some sort of issue with me. And I was like, it's
Right.
all good. Stay with it. I'm not the
Mm-hmm.
one. And IOTBA brought me around the way because I was arguing with him on Facebook about Charlo and Andre. So, and I stuck to my guns. And then I came over here and he was like, go, you need to go to UGC. They're gonna check
That's
your
how I
ass.
started
I was like, they
with
can check me all they want. I'll be
IO.
checking
Was
them
on
too.
Facebook arguing.
Yup, yup. And I was like, yo, and I came over here and yo, ever since then, I was like, this the team right here. This the A team right here. This is where I belong. Big facts, yo. I was like, fuck that. I was like, this is where I want to hang out. I like the way they talk.
Yeah,
I like
because you can
like I
you
like
can
the way
argue
they
you
talk.
can argue your point, and then niggas ain't getting mad.
Mhm.
It's boxing. You know what I'm
Right?
saying?
It's just
Like
boxing.
it's nobody wrong, nobody right. You feel how you feel,
Right.
or you
But
express it.
the bias thing wasn't really a big thing over here.
Nah, hell no, because we
Hell no. It's
fans of
about
the
like
sport.
it's about make
Right.
your point
Right.
Yeah,
Make your
logically
point
exactly.
and unbiasedly. Make your point.
and we've all changed our minds around certain times when we were wrong. And I was just
Land your
like, yo,
plane and keep it
yo,
pushing.
yeah, yo. And then it was like, yo, hey man, shit, there ain't nothing wrong with that. But out here, when I be out in the other places, I'm like, yo, what the fuck are they talking about? The
Nah,
fuck?
I'm gonna keep it a beam. Niggas up here on this YouTube platform, the whole debating shit. Guess where they got that shit from?
You already
Because
know.
we debate all day long,
Yeah, but
we still keep it a beam with each other.
but check it out, Charles. I used to get ducked constantly prior even to joining the UGC. Motherfuckers would like block me, get me the fuck up out of there.
Nah, we're not blocking shit. Come up here if you got a point to make it.
Right, and that's what I liked, and that's why I kept that. I kept it. Shit, I was doing the same thing, man.
These niggas
That's why
come
I
up
was like, "This
here and
is
start doing
what did Black
the
say?
goofy shit.
It
Nah,
was
nigga.
authentic. It
Yeah,
was an
there.
authentic union." And even Iron Khan, I love the way he be breaking shit
Iron
down.
Cone too. Yeah. Yep.
Yup. hmm From
Khan
from
That's
got
my
from
his
brother
own
too,
thing.
man.
everybody
Yeah.
does. Ain't
Shaking the
nobody,
cup.
ain't nobody in
that's
the UGC
that's my
the
nigga.
same. Ain't nobody in the UGC the same. But we
Everybody
Hell
all
no.
different.
want
Everybody
the same
brings something
thing,
else
though.
different.
Yup, we
What you
all
say?
want the same thing, though. You know what I mean? We don't always agree, but uh, I
No,
just
we
want
don't gotta agree, but that's
right.
the good thing about it. Like we can agree
And
to
the thing about
disagree
it
and keep
is
it
too,
pushing.
we ain't biased to no networks. We watch, you can no matter if it's some fights on
Yup.
the
And
zone,
then
Matchroom, if it's top rank ESPN,
It don't
it's
even
matter. But
Queensberry.
top
PBC,
room and
even when
matchroom is
Yeah.
PBC
kicking ass.
put on,
PBC need to
even when even when
fall back.
PBC was putting on good cards, we were like, that was a good card.
Yeah, we just want to see good fights, good
We
quality
want to see.
fights.
Want to
We
see the
we
best fight the
Certainly,
best.
yeah,
we
we're
certainly
playing.
ain't gonna agree with it. We ain't gonna agree with everybody else when big fights, champions ain't meeting up, networks ain't working together. When the money's to be made there, and when it hinders the sport, yeah, fuck that. And cheaters, I don't care for cheaters.
Right.
Fuck,
Bottle or not
yeah,
over here. You know
yeah,
what I mean?
that's
So
right,
we
man.
it's a different, you know what I mean?
Fucking
We
Bill,
got a different scope over here, man.
yeah,
You know what I
fucking
mean?
Toby,
We,
what
milkshake.
up, man? Toby's one of those
Yeah,
that's been
always
there for
been
everything.
loyal as fuck. Yeah, Toby know where to find it.
definitely,
Yep.
definitely.
Hope
Toby
everything's
always
well
been.
with you, Toby.
You know
Shout out
who
to
I
Toby
miss?
Barlett.
Yep, Toby Bartlett, man. Toby. But you
I
know,
think Toby from the UK, right?
I still
I
miss Tim
think he
Dub,
is,
man.
but I
And that's
just
another thing on this side over here. We don't just limit ourselves to just the American fan base. We got
That's
UK
right.
support
All over.
all over, man.
Real people is all over the place, though. I still
Real
miss Tim
shit.
Dub, though. And I ain't seen Mar either for a minute.
Martin Machine.
cool.
Yeah,
Martin Machine, he was in the last live. I caught the last live.
yeah. I like Mar, too.
Me,
Toby,
I'm
Mar, and Tim Dub. I miss Tim Dub, man. I hope he all right.
Yeah,
I be
Tim Dub. And to
catching
be honest
Black
with you, it be some of
tail.
them that like they may not rock with me as much, but they may rock with 1 2 Kid. They might rock with actual facts. You know what I'm saying? Like Red Glove Militant, and that's cool. You know what I mean? Like I still got love for them and respect them from a distance or whatnot. Like some of them might
Red
not
Glove,
rock with
what's
my
up?
channel like that.
Red in the hangout. Red, what you doing?
Oh, Red and Hangout. I thought he
Yeah,
was
he
asleep.
in.
Yep.
Shit. And Modern King, you can pop up if you
Hell
want to, Ras
yeah.
Clock.
Let the wolf ride and let Rise Clock come up on here.
I fuck with
Yeah.
Rice Clark. That's my
Hell
boy.
yeah. I let
Yeah, I like Ras Clock channel, man. Shout out to the MOBC, man. That nigga said my own boxing community. Shout out to Ras Clock.
yeah, shout out to you.
The same way I ran into Black is the same way I ran into Rice Clark.
Yeah. So
Niggas
we
who
both
talk their own shit and
Yep.
stand up. I rock with that.
Yep.
yeah. I think we one of the few Cali dudes that got channels, man. Me, Ras Clock.
I thought
Ain't
Rise
too
Clock was
many.
from Florida.
Nah, Ras Clock from Cali.
Nah,
Is he?
Rice Clark is Cali.
Oh, I didn't know that. I thought Rise Clock was in Florida. My bad.
That's why, like, when I be on here, I be pretty much outnumbered. It be a bunch of New York cats on here. UDC pretty much New York and shit.
Yeah, but fuck that. You ain't
so
For the
you
most
ain't
so
part.
Black
you ain't
Black
that.
be feeling outnumbered and shit. Like nigga, you
Nah,
got love
never.
on
But
the
that
you
my
got love
peoples
on the
though,
left
so I
coast,
rock
nigga.
with the
Yo,
East.
that's why I did the West Coast video, man. I was like, fuck that.
Yeah, bro.
This is cool as
Every
fuck.
now and then I
Nah,
still
Black
bump that
left
shit.
coast, Black Cali.
I know.
Yeah, he know. Yeah,
Yeah,
he know.
I had him putting up the W's and
But I fought with Black though.
walking and all that.
That's my nigga.
Yeah,
Yeah.
me, DT from Cali.
Yeah, he from
Um,
he to
the,
Oaktown, right?
yeah. He's
Me
from
and GG3, we had some great conversations. Yep.
up. Definitely. So yeah,
Lee
man.
Black. Shit.
He's
Who
a
the fuck
Thai
else is
fighter,
so?
professional.
Oh yeah, he does the kickboxing joint.
Yup.
Entire yeah.
He does Muay Thai. Yeah.
Muay Thai. Yeah, that's right. Where they be playing these things in the background.
Yeah, I don't do none
Yo,
of that
that's
shit.
some. Yo,
You
I'll
kick
tell you,
me in my
that's some
ankles, I'm
badass
shooting you
shit
in the
though.
thigh.
Them motherfuckers be throwing elbows, knees,
Yeah,
shin
that's
checking
cool.
you and shit.
Yeah, yeah, all that shit's cute. I'm
They be
firing.
throwing your ass. Yo, they be throwing motherfuckers.
I'm shooting a nigga in the ankle, in the foot, the
Yo,
calf. You catching a bullet.
them motherfuckers be kicking trees and crushing bark and shit.
Real
Yeah,
talk.
they can keep all that shit.
Yeah, man. Be fucking giving you
But
shit.
yeah, I thought I definitely shout out Sanisha Estrada. She also from Cali too, LA.
Yeah.
But shout out to her to come
Yo,
undisputed.
son.
You know what I mean?
Bam, Bam and Estrada. Solid fucking fight.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
yeah. I know that the fans was booing, but it was a clear victory. You know what I mean? It wasn't no robbery. It was Estrada won that fight.
Oh
Um,
no. I was talking about
who you
versus
talking about?
Bam versus Estrada June
Oh, you
28th.
talking about that? Yeah. I
yeah, but
got you.
Yeah,
did
man.
you expect anything different though?
No, because
Right.
1-2, it's as a boxing fan, you
Yeah.
don't get shit like this dropping in your lap.
Right. Right.
Like you don't. From right now till June, this shit is lit.
Yep. Yo.
You
But
don't
you
get
know me
this type
though.
of
You
shit.
know me, man. You know I'm stuck on that undisputed, man. At 175, man. Yo, to me, that
That's
might be.
June. That what is that? June 1st?
Yo, shout out for Black and Brown. You know, he said something to me when we were talking about it. I'm like, I'm so excited for that fight. He was like, "Is this for pound for pound?" And I was like,
Is
"Nah." And then I was
is
like,
that June? Is that
and I
June
was like,
first?
"Is it, dude? Hold up." I was like, "Is it? Is that for pound?" Either one of them dudes could be the pound for pound best fighter in the world.
Yeah,
You talking
175.
about
That's
Bivol and Beterbiev?
Bevel and
Yeah,
Beterbiev. Yeah, that's
yeah,
for all the marbles, nigga.
yeah. That's for all the marbles. And I'm like,
Yeah,
yo,
it's undisputed. I don't know about number
yeah,
one pound for pound, but
I don't know.
yeah.
I felt the same way that you did, Black, at first, but then I thought about it and I was like, these dudes, you don't ever see these dudes in with lackluster opponents. These
Nah,
dudes,
they throw it all.
they don't have a lot of wins, like they don't have a lot of fights. Everybody that they fought, I don't know.
Solid.
I
Solid.
don't know. Yeah, like I'm like, why not? Because yo, resume has a lot to do with pound for pound too. If you got like shitty division and you undisputed,
Deontay Wilder.
does it really mean that you're pound for pound the best?
Nope. You're sitting there just patting your record.
Yeah, right. So I'm
They
saying,
definitely
like,
make the top five for sure. Whoever
I
But
think,
but 1-2.
what?
Bivol is this would be Bivol's 19th fight.
damn 19.
19 undisputed.
And look at the fighters on his resume though.
I'm about to
Exactly.
ask
I'm saying
you,
he's
who got the better
19
resume out of the two? Like,
I
I
don't
know they
know,
got a
man.
fight coming
Yo,
up.
it's comparable.
between who?
You can lean towards Beterbiev, but Bivol got a damn good resume as well.
You talking
But
about
Who got
Black?
the
You talking
best
about?
win? I put it like that because it's kind of hard to decide the resume. Who got the best win?
I
the
would
best,
give that. I would give that to Beterbiev.
yeah, me too.
Which opponent?
He beat Vostik.
He beat Vasquez.
So you think Bostic
Vasquez
is the best win?
Vasquez was the one that was holding up the fucking division prior.
Mm-hmm.
When he took it from Adonis?
Yeah, yo, Vostik beat Superman.
Yeah, and
Adonis finished it.
I
Adonis did not want to fight. Remember, Adonis didn't want to fight.
Kovalev, right?
He didn't want to fight Kovalev until Kovalev lost to Andre.
Canelo?
No,
Or
no, no. He didn't want to fight him until he lost to Andre Ward. So
yeah, that's unfortunate what happened to Adonis. Shit, boy. Yeah.
Vastek, yeah, that's a and that is a solid fucking contender for Benavidez to be going
Yes,
up
that's
to
what I
the
mean. I
when
think
he goes up to
that
the
could. If
75.
Bostic is still Bostic, if he's 85% of what he used to be,
And fucking
even in the bar,
Benavidez washes him,
no,
shit,
oh damn, that'll be crazy. That'll
that'll
be
be
crazy.
crazy because then
But if he's not,
Benavidez
if he's
and Bivol
85%,
has
yo, if
no
he's
fuck chance.
85% of who he was, though, Charles, that's a tougher fight than Canelo.
Damn. You know,
I'm
you ain't the
saying,
only person. I heard somebody else say the
I'm
same
saying,
shit
if
about Boston.
Gvozdyk loses to Benavidez, that right there is the measuring stick.
Yo, then you know Canelo will
That
never
fucking
fight.
Benavidez is
Never
the
fight.
goods.
Never fight. Yeah, but he'll
He's the
never fight
goods.
him. He'll never fight him.
No, hell
He'll
no.
never fight him.
Never
No.
going to get the fight, man.
You're never going to get the fight. And yo, shout out to all the Canelo fans. You know what I mean?
Why?
Because stay dick riders and you know
What?
the red Jesus is real. And you know your boy is stuck between a rock and a hard place right now.
The red Jesus.
He's
The
stuck
red
between a
Jeebus, the
rock and a
red
hard.
Jeebus,
What
like
are you
red
gonna do?
clothes.
No, Jesus. Listen,
Go Jesus. You gonna
yo,
pronounce
yo,
the whole syllables?
yo, listen. The dude can't move up to 175. He don't really want smoke with Bivol. He
He
definitely
can move
don't.
to 175. This is
No,
okay.
because he
One
don't want
two. I'm
smoke.
gonna to shatter this shit.
He doesn't want it. He doesn't
I
want
don't
that.
care what he doesn't want. The crazy shit is he chose what he chose at 175 and
You
lost.
either fight
He
Benavidez,
thought
What if this nigga
Bivol
lose
was
to Jaime, bro?
right?
I
Yo, what if
hope
this is a
he
cherry
loses
pick
to Jaime.
gone wrong? Because this is what I mean.
What if
Andre,
this shit happens,
you've
man?
done nothing. You're never gonna get the fight. You're a horrible fighter. You're never gonna get the fight. What did Jaime
I
do?
hope
What
You
this
did
better edit the
Jaime
fuck
motherfucker
out of that
do
lose.
shit, 1-2 Kid, if you
to get
lose.
the fight? Yes, my phone probably being tapped for saying this, but what did Jaime do to get this fight? And if Jaime wins, oh my God! Shout out to Santos. Oh my God! This
Right.
dude,
International man fan definitely gonna be out here
yo,
Oh
flaming.
baby.
oh my God!
Oh
Garbage
baby.
truck juice. You get your ass whooped by this dude, it is
Bruh.
over. Yo, everything that you had, the way the internet is now,
And
face
the
a
way he
boxer.
said, and the way he's talking about, oh, I did this, and the third. You ain't do shit.
Yo, you better hope he beats Jaime, y'all. Because if
And
he
you
don't beat
Bruh.
and you're fighting this motherfucker. Your
yo,
best bet was to fight Benavidez. That's your cash out.
yo,
Because win or lose, you
And
get
that's your
respect.
cash out, and that's your mandatory.
you
Gain
don't
some fucking respect.
right. You don't want to fight the mandatory. You don't want to move up and fight Bivol, but you keep talking about these dudes and then saying how much money you want to fight this dude or how
Yeah,
much
you
money you
want
want to fight
$100
this
million,
dude.
man?
You got
I
nothing.
hope Jaime
But
whoops his ass.
and if Benavidez wins at 175, yo, I'm gonna be like, wow, that's gonna be fantastic. But then I'm like, but now what are you gonna do, Benavidez?
Because
Right.
Benavidez is going to fight the winner of Better Be and Bivol. That was
I don't
set
know
him
about all
up.
that. I don't
Yeah,
know.
because but wait a
No, no,
minute,
no, no,
wait a
not
minute. Let
black.
let let
That's why he's fighting Gvozdyk.
let,
Is
let
because
no
if
no
he beats
let's
Gvozdyk,
use Benavidez words
that's
though.
that's
Let's
that's what that's what it sets up.
let's use
My bag in
Benavidez
here, one
words
two.
because I was pushing Benavidez all this time. You heard me. I was always like, yo, Benavidez. I would get into it with Hap about him, everything. But then when I found out that other shit, I'm like, I don't know. And then it reminded me, I used to flame Benavidez for missing weight and then being ranked #1 WBC, and he could have fought better, and he said, nah, I don't want that smoke. So
That
what I'm
nigga
trying to
Model
say,
King of Boxing called that food Pandora Funyuns. Damn.
yo, but yo, Benavidez said, nah,
How you
man,
gonna call them funyuns?
in sparring, I beat up on Bivol. And I'm like, yo, ain't that the exact same thing that Zerto said? If I'm
Nah,
not mistaken.
I highly
No,
doubt
wait a
that
minute.
he thinks he's
Wait a
going
minute.
to beat up.
Did Zerto say that he beat up on Bivol and he wanted that smoke? And there was a guy out there, I forgot what his name is, but he always shows up on my YouTube.
Beat up on
Oh,
Bevel. Didn't Bevel beat the fuck out of
Yeah,
yeah,
Bill
you
was
said
fucking
Zerto?
under.
right. Went under the lights, but in sparring, he was manhandling him the same way Benavidez was. I don't know, y'all. This the same. I don't know. I don't know if it's gonna be the same. I mean, if Benavidez beat a guy like Vostik, then hey, maybe it's possible, but we shall see. But don't be out here capping, because sparring isn't fighting under the lights with no headgear and 16-ounce gloves. You fighting with 10-ounce gloves,
Mm.
and you fighting under the lights, and them light punches that you was taking ain't so light no more. And when the dude was just feeling you out doing work with you, and they landed 16 ultra punch combo, because that's what happened to Zerto. He got ultra comboed by Bivol. Be careful, man.
Hey,
Yo,
I've been seeing some footage on Bevel too, bro. Hey man. Better be careful trying to come in, walk in and it with some shit. He gonna
yeah,
walk into some shit if he ain't
got
careful.
told. But Black, I've been telling you that shit for years. I was like, yo, this dude. I was like,
Bro.
yo, and so
The
did Charles.
combinations Bevel throw is nasty, fam.
Yo, his foot position, his distance.
Exactly.
But I gotta get us to Better Biev. Better Biev knows how to cut off the ring. He is not Canelo. He don't just try to slick his way in. That motherfucker takes position and lets them hands go. So we talking about apples and oranges in the ring together, because this dude's really good at this stuff. This dude's really good at this stuff. This dude hits hard. This dude got a decent punch. This dude can box. This dude's good at distance. This dude's cut off the ring. Yo, this could be for pound.
So Modern King says Derek James saying he hopes Crawford beat Earl up. What? I ain't hear about that shit.
Yeah, early fighting Crawford ever.
That's what's so appalling to me when I seen that nigga in the ring. I'm like, how are you trying to get a fight with Fundora and your ass ain't even fucking honored the rematch, nigga, with Crawford. Crawford beat the fuck out of you. And
Hell
you
no.
over here, the last thing we heard was that, bro, you had surgery and you injured and all of this shit. And now you show up and hopping in the ring. Like, come on, man. Get out of here. PBC always trying to run some game on the
Yeah,
fans.
some peanut butter sandwich shit. It's peanut butter and jelly, motherfucker. You can't. You got to goober that shit. You can't just be peanut butter and peanut butter. You
It's
know what I'm saying?
ridiculous,
Like,
bro.
yeah. Like we didn't even, and they best fighters they never put in there with each other. We didn't see Spence and fucking Thurman. We didn't see Spence and Pacquiao. We see Pacquiao and Thurman, but that's when Thurman was on the downslide, and we seen the one guy that there was always a throwaway was fucking Sean Porter. He would fight anybody, and he kind of strayed away. And then when you finally seen Spence get in there with the man that everybody said the 50-50 fight that was 90-10,
Facts. Facts, bro.
it was a one-sided ass whooping, and even your boy Spence predicted it. And I'm not saying Spence is a chump. He never quit. He got up every time, but he got outclassed. He
He took
got
his ass
outclassed.
whooping like a G, bro. He took it like a G.
He took it like a G, and he made the fight happen. That's why I
Yeah.
ain't mad at Spence. I ain't mad at Spence even for going for Fundora. I'm mad at the PBC
No. We disagree on
because they
that.
fucking with they fucking no. I'm not mad at him. I'm mad because what he gonna do? He gonna go for whatever the hell he can get. I'm just saying. I'm
Bro,
mad at the
you
PBC
not mad that he
fucking up
not trying to
boxing.
avenge that loss? He trying to jump in with a guy who's 6'5" at a new weight class instead of fighting the guy who already was trying to position himself to get the winner. So he just interception type shit. You want to
Black,
jump in the way and say,
black.
"Oh, I got next."
That sounds good. But what round did you give Spence?
Eighth round. You talking about against Crawford?
Yeah, you
I
gave him the
thought
eighth.
Crawford was gonna stop him in the eighth. He made it to the ninth. So
No, I'm just saying.
congratulations.
No, I'm saying what round did you give Spence?
What you mean, bro?
What round in the fight did you give Spence?
Oh,
First?
zip. I think
Can
the
you hear
first
me?
round was even. Zip.
Okay. At what point do you think that Spence had an opportunity of beating Bud
Wait,
Crawford in that
whoa.
fight?
At no point.
Now,
You said what round?
right. Now I'm gonna ask you one more thing, Black. At what point do you think that this man remotely thinks that he can beat Bud at any given time? After that bout, he don't. That's why he
Right.
going for what he know, and he trying to get a payday.
But
That
that's what I'm
motherfucker trying
saying. Like, I don't even think he believes he can win this fight. I just think it's a publicity stunt. He just
right.
putting his face out there so everybody can have a conversation and talk about him instead of the fight that really makes sense, which is Crawford, the undisputed super WBO champion coming up, exercising his mandatory. Like, this shit is stupid, bro. PBC be
Yo,
pulling this dumb shit.
If Spence pulls
They
off the
love they
dub,
love allowing losers to come up and
if
get
Spence,
opportunity shots at titles. Like, get out of
yo,
here.
if Spence magically pulls off the dub, guess what? Who's the best promoter on the PBC? Other than AB, Keith Thurman. Keith Thurman gonna come out of the woodworks. His injury is gonna be just fine all of a sudden, and then it's gonna be Keith
Well,
and
1-2 kid. No,
fucking
I'm telling you now. Don't be shocked if Keith and Spence happen next. Not Spence and Fedora. Keith and Spence.
right.
Don't be
That's what I'm
shocked.
trying to say. But
Two
what I'm trying to say is,
injured
who
niggas
if if
fighting
if
each other
if
next.
I'm gonna be sitting here bullshitting people, you know who it fight I'll be trying to make? Keith and AB.
Oh gosh.
I'm
Matter of
dropping the
fact,
mic.
who did I hear?
I'll be back.
AB, I think AB is fighting what do you call it? Blair the Flair. That's what I heard. So yeah, Blair the Flair, from what I'm hearing that fight is next. You know, I don't too much care about that fight either, man. But yeah, man, Modern King says Tiger Crawford versus Funyuns, La Mexico, the stick jab champ for the WBO glory. Um, this guy, Fedora, I think got his nose broke in this fight versus Tim Zoo. Tim Zoo got his forehead split. So it was blood everywhere. It was blood all over the place. You know, it was messy, very, very messy.
Bloody.
Keith
Now
versus AB, that's a good PBC, says Modern King. No, I don't know about that.
that'd be a hell of
AB,
a promotion.
AB, not even PBC no more. He Don King. I don't know what network he
Oh,
fight on.
that's true. That's true.
I don't even know what network he on at this point.
I would
But
have made
last
that
time,
fight years ago. I
yeah,
call that
that
shit
could happen
summer
years ago.
vacation because none of them motherfuckers fight, and then the winner takes on Gary Russell.
It's joke hour now. Yeah, shit. I mean, all the motherfuckers. AB is more active than both of them. That's crazy. How is AB more active than Gary Russell and Keith?
Nah, Slim. Gary Russell active.
Nah, Slim. It's my turn next, Slim.
I knocked Bud clean out. I snuffed him in the gym once.
Right. I broke his jaw, Slim. That's my son, Slim.
Yo, he was hiding in the bushes waiting for him to come out the gym. That motherfucker went out the back.
Must be the dudes that's like 4'11" talking mad shit.
Bud was waiting for him too, because that's Bud mentality. He was
But
hiding.
hey, I ain't gonna
He was
lie,
waiting
Bud
for him.
Cropper had me. Bud
He was
Cropper
waiting
had
in
me
the
weak.
alleyway. He was waiting in the alleyway.
Hey, did you see the video where Cropper was like, man, I'm gonna snap your neck.
Yo, my God, man.
I'll break your neck.
Yeah, yeah, that's crazy. His I ain't heard nothing about his brother though.
I know
Antoine.
at 140. Yeah,
Yeah,
man. I thought he was gonna be thrown in the mix with one of them chaps at this
yeah,
point.
he's fun. He's fun to watch too. I'm surprised he's not in the mix, man. They need to
Yeah, man.
ABC need to get that man out there because that is a fun fighter to watch. And yeah, man, I would love to see his brother fight. I wouldn't mind seeing Antoine fight. I thought he won a fight with that.
Matias or something.
I thought he beat uh I thought he beat that Filipino dude with one hand.
Oh, you talking about Gary Russell?
Yeah,
The
his
Russell.
brother
Yeah,
too. I
the
mean, I
little
wouldn't.
Gary.
Yeah,
Little Gary. Yeah.
but I thought he pulled that off, even though that was like 100 years
Me
ago.
too. Me too. Yeah.
I got a lot of heat for it by these so-called YouTubers because
Me
I
too.
was
I'll
on there
flame the
with them.
fuck out of these niggas. They don't come
But
over here
yo,
with that
and
weak
now
shit.
and now they on that same shit like they said it. It's one of the reasons why I don't fuck with what's his name no more. Your boy, or used to be your boy.
Cool.
That dude blocked me and then just switched his whole style up and took my style, took everything that I said, and roll with it the very next week. Oh, yeah, H funny, yeah, that motherfucker.
Oh,
I,
okay.
me and
I
him
don't even
got
be over
into it
there.
about we got into it about Shakur and Haney way before like they were about to fight, and I had said
Yeah,
some
I don't
shit.
even be over
And
there. I don't know what the fuck
yo,
he got cracking at
yo,
this point in time.
that dude, right? But this was like last year. This motherfucker the next week switched up, used everything that I said, and then used that against Bill Haney. And I was like, yo, you's a whole sucker for that. He
Oh yeah,
blocked me. Yo, he blocked me. He didn't. He had his team get me the fuck up out of there, and he was like, "That's right." He bounced. He kicked me off the live, and then said, "That's right. You's a bitch." And I was like, "I'm a bitch." I was like, "You call yourself H?" I was like, "Man, I will run your pockets, son." I was like, "And I ain't far from you either." That motherfucker blocked me. Yo, I'm dead ass. Yo, this dude just was like, I was like, I'm gonna see you. This motherfucker blocked me, got me the fuck up out of there, and then took my shit and just ran with it. I was
yeah.
like, oh, you's a sorry motherfucker. I couldn't even see his shit on my shit. I had to go on someone else's shit. So
Oh
I
yeah, I
was
had to distance myself from a lot of these weirdo niggas
yeah,
on this
I was
internet
like,
shit. A lot of niggas is really weird for this internet shit and this
yeah, you
clickbait and
don't
this
talk to
algorithm
people like
shit.
but you don't talk
I
to
don't I
people
don't
like
even waste my
it's just
time, bro.
right. It's just the internet. You don't talk to
Hmm.
people like you're gonna put hands on them and calling them all types of names and shit. I said I ain't from that era. I ain't from that soft ass era. If you say that
Yeah,
shit, you gotta move like that. And I was like, all right, I'm gonna check you. And that motherfucker just blocked me. And I was like, and then I told him, I was like, look, man, this is what this how I feel about the situation. And this motherfucker took everything that I said about everything, and the very next week was talking the exact same thing that I was saying. Ain't the first time that happened. I've seen that with like two other motherfuckers too. I was like, that's some sorry shit.
right.
That's some sorry shit. You don't even think for yourself. You just, wow, that makes sense.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And arrive with it. And I'm like, that's some sorry shit. That's some fake ass plastic doubled up chin hairy looking motherfucker. Like that's some cornball shit. But anyway, besides that shit, man, yo, I don't think the fights that tonight weren't that bad, man. I enjoyed them. I kind of enjoyed the Rolly fight. If Rolly even remotely knew how to box and didn't sit down on every one of his punches, he could have easily won that fight.
Yeah, he did okay in spots, but it was just He's
He
just not
couldn't
that
hurt him.
impressive.
So if you know you can't hurt him, what you want to do is let him feel your power with a punch you don't see. So you box him and then you pot shot him every once in a while and keep your distance. This dude didn't do that. He loaded up on every shot, ran around, and then would get on the inside and get. And as soon as fucking dude would let his hands go, he cracked him every time. Right, left, right, left, right, left, hook, 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 hook. And I was like, damn, this dude is horrible. He's a horrible fighter. Horrible, horrible fighter. I was like, damn, this dude had every opportunity to whoop this guy and just gave him every opportunity to knock him out. Every opportunity. And I'm pretty sure, and I'm just being honest, y'all. If I'm not a fan of Zoo of what he said about Bud, but if he didn't get cut on the top of his head, the way he was landing that right hand, I'm not sure that fight would have went Fundora's way. But shout out to Fundora to making the adjustment and then having the time and the wherewithal and given the time, but finding the wherewithal to find a rhythm and pump his fucking jab and fight on the outside every once in a while and pull off the dub. So shout out to him for making the adjustments.
Well, I
But
will say this, man. Sometimes taking certain opponents on short day notice is not smart. And I will say this, that I felt like Tim Tszyu should have went to the body a lot more.
hell
Um,
yeah.
he was doing a lot of head hunting, and when he would go down to the body, he was able to kind of slow down Tim Tszyu. Tim Tszyu
Mhm.
was standing straight up. He was fighting kind of smarter than a lot of fights that I've seen him in, especially smarter than the fight he had with Mendoza because he got fucking blasted up out of there.
Yo,
But
Black, that's a good point though. You know why? I gotta say that Fedora, you know how people say people got a good chin? He could take shots to the body because um Zoo was
he
landing
was
that
taking it.
straight right to the body all
Yeah, I
night.
just felt like he should have did more because he was missing a lot of the headshots, but he was
Mhm.
landing a lot of shots to the body. I
He
just felt
probably
like he
couldn't
should have
see it though.
committed more.
Blood was in his face, so that's why that jab was
Yeah, that
landing
is
well.
true.
That jab was ineffective up until he couldn't see. So I do feel like it affected the fight, but I also feel like him ducking Bud is why that shit happened,
Backfired.
man. Yeah, man. Because why wouldn't you want to beat the two-time undisputed champion? Because where's that gonna put you?
I don't know what it is, man. When you throw Crawford in the equation, motherfuckers start acting funny, bro. Funny style, man.
Yeah, that dude is a problem. He's a problem, man.
I'm gonna
Even
say, man, and Spence, you a clown, bro. You a straight up clown. Um, I don't know who's buying into the bullshit with him jumping in the ring and all of that shit. When you really have unfinished business with Bud Crawford, Bud Crawford was coming up to 54 to take over there, man. He was making this move.
Mhm.
Um, we don't know what the fuck Jermell Charlo situation is, but does he even have any belts left? So the WBC is gone, the WBO is gone. What's up with the IBF and the WBA? Do he still got those?
I don't know. I don't know, Black. But if I was you, man, I said this shit probably about a year ago, prior to Bud and Earl fighting. If Boots and fucking Ortiz moved up, we sooner
Ortiz
and
definitely moved up, bro.
intercepted. Right, he moved up because he had to move up. He wound up moving up, but they both just took a little too long to do it. If they established themselves at 154, how quick do you think they would have got a title shot at 154? Because it's hot potatoes up there. Ain't a lot of big names at 154, but at that time, other than other than Charlo at the moment back then. So what I'm trying to say is if they moved up there, the titles would have been distributed the way that they were, and they would have been first in line for a Zoo or a Fundora fight. They would have had a title in the moment that Bud or Spence moved up. They would have got that big fight that big money and had a title in the process. So they would have made money with the title fight, and they would have made money with a big name coming up. They could have intercepted that. Motherfuckers don't be listening to the 1-2 kid, man. I'm like, yo, and them fights could have happened because do you think, Bud was ready to move up once he became undisputed second time? He like, man, ain't nobody. It's all risk and no reward now, and I done been living that life long enough. I'm gonna move up, and if you was there when he moved up, he would have made that fight happen. And you know what I'm saying? I really feel like Bud would have been like, "Oh, you got the title, you gotta get that shit up." He would have fought. He would have fought Boots. You know what I'm saying? Because he moving on to a new thing, or he would have fought fucking Ortiz. I really felt like those two dudes could have intercepted him long range if they just played the long game instead of the short game. But I guess that ain't what happened. So now PBC still trying to hold on to them titles. So I don't know, man. What y'all think out there in the world? I can't click on your comments because this ain't my live. This is Black's live. And he left us for a short moment. But I feel like those two dudes could have intercepted it. Because at welterweight,
My bad, fam. I accidentally clicked out.
but Black, at welterweight, who who does Boots have to fight?
At
And what
welterweight?
who there is a big money fight?
Nah, ain't no big money fight, bro.
Nah.
Be honest with you, yeah, man.
Should have moved with him. Should have
Not
moved
even
before him.
not even Conor Ben is even there anymore. He moved up to
Right?
54.
I'm just saying.
He didn't want to fight Blair the Flair. Woo! Even though that ain't no
Right.
big money
But
fight.
welterweight is now with Bud leaving, there ain't nobody there. And even if Bud stayed there, what type of money would he have made fighting Stanionis, Boots, or and dude already left. But he should have been did that shit. I'm glad he finally moved up because I think that's way better for his career and Ortiz. And I'm like, yo, they should just
Yeah, Ortiz was dying
yeah,
at 50, at 47.
yeah. To move up to 154, you would have been acclimated to the weight, and then you got that advantage. On top of the fact that you're younger, even though this man might have more skills than you got those. That's only benefiting you. Even Keith, they all should have did that shit. I don't know what they was waiting on, but now the fact that they just kind of, I don't know, the way the PBC is trying to just keep everything in house. That shit's corny as fuck, man, and it's gonna kill boxing. They could have, they would have had a better chance if they didn't want Bud. They would have a better chance of intercepting him instead of changing up fights and pulling all these tricks and shit. They would have been able to do it legitimately or had a better chance of doing it if they did it this way because you got a younger fighter in it, you know what I mean? You got a younger fighter fighting up there. You got a guy who acclimated to the weight prior to Bud, and Bud's moving up, and he ain't gonna make no big money at 147. It's just a smarter move. But these dudes don't give a fuck about the sport. They don't give a fuck about the fans. They don't give a fuck about they fighters. They just trying to milk these dudes for everything that they could get from them, and that's why we're getting all this bullshit. That's why Spence is the number one guy at 154, or they're saying he is. When all the hardcore fans know this, just horseshit. It's horseshit, and that's the type of shit that I don't like, and that's why I was talking about the whole Canelo Benavidez thing, because I was like, man, listen, these dudes, do they want to fight or don't they? And at what point do the biggest fighters, not want the biggest fights? And I've been flaming Canelo for a long ass time. Then I stopped flaming him, and I started flaming him again. And you know, I'm labeled as a Canelo hater. That's fine. That's what you want to call me. You know what I mean? But you don't have a hard time watching the highlight videos. But you know what? Hey man, they fucking up the sport. He's part of the problem. He's never gonna get the fight. Any champion, I've never heard a champion say, "You're a horrible fighter. You're my mandatory. You're never gonna get the fight. You have nothing to offer." And then fight a guy who's lesser than you in a Ryder or a Mungia.
Yeah.
Right. And you know what? Mungia's coming on, y'all. Mungia's coming on. Mungia has some decent
You know how
performances up
bad that
there.
would look, bro, if he loses to a Golden Boy fighter after he
Oh
already
my
left Golden Boy,
De La Hoya
that whole
gonna
situation.
pull his fishnets down and take a major league shit on him. Yo, you know he's waiting. He's waiting, man. He been hating on Canelo even when he had him. So he knows. But I gotta say though, I feel like De La Hoya was a more legitimate champion than Canelo ever was. That's a
Yeah,
fact.
De La Hoya was a real deal. He fought freaking anybody.
He wasn't, you know, yeah, that motherfucker fought dudes in his weight class. He didn't pull motherfuckers up. He didn't pull up big names to put them on his resume. He fought big names in his division.
Yeah.
So, you know what I mean? And unfortunately, there was sometimes when he beat Chavez. Chavez wasn't what Chavez was at one point, but he got in there with De La Hoya. He got in there with Vargas. He got in there with Trinidad. He got in there with the Benavidez's and the Crawfords and the Triple G's, and he didn't age them out like he did Triple G. You
Mhm.
know, he got in there with him. He didn't wait 4 years to fight him like Spence did with Crawford. So, I mean, that dude was the real deal. So you can say what you want about him as a promoter. I'm not too happy with him as a promoter. I think he's getting back to his roots. I think he's doing all right now.
I think he's doing a better job, honestly.
Yeah, I do. Like he did when he first started. But then in the middle there, when he had Canelo, notice how
Right.
he moved.
But you notice
Notice how
that
he moved.
anytime anybody gets Canelo, they start moving differently.
Yep.
We
Big
seen
fact.
how Eddie Hearn was doing.
Yep.
Now that he
Yep.
don't have now that Eddie Hearn don't have Canelo right now, he back on track. We seen how PBC doing with Canelo. You know what I mean? It's just like anytime they get
They
Canelo, they
moved.
start moving
Yo,
different.
even Bob said it. He can do what he wants to do. Payday, payday.
Yeah,
They all
Bob Arum,
wanted the
yeah.
payday.
What's up?
They ain't give a fuck about boxing. Not when it came to the payday. They didn't give a fuck about the sport. They justified everything. And even Eddie Hearn, all this capping he been doing for Ben, now Ben suspended.
Yeah, I heard they didn't get a what you call it, the green light to fight back in the UK.
Right, right.
That
That's what I
appeal or
mean though.
something like that. Got
That's what
denied
I
or some
mean.
shit.
I always been riding with Eddie Hearn, and then when he pulled that shit, like pulling for a cheater,
Yeah,
that's what
bro,
he
that
get.
shit's horrible.
That's what he get, man. That's what he get.
Horrible.
His
And he didn't
loyalty
even have
to
to do
a
that.
cheater.
But I don't know what it
His
is with
loyalty
kind of
to a
being.
cheater. I don't know why he was pushing that fight. That's the shittiest fight in boxing. That's one of the shittiest fights. That's like a to me, Ben and fucking Eubank, just because of the names of they fathers. Yo, you talking about a 168 pounder and a 147 pounder. So, I mean, why are you pushing that fight? You pushing that fight for a payday, just for the names. I'm like, yo,
Yeah.
this is awful. You got a two top 10 motherfuckers in a weight class. Why are you pulling the motherfucker way the fuck down, pushing the motherfucker way the fuck up? And now he got to compete with him. What he got to do to compete with him? Hey, he gonna have to eat some eggs. No, really though. And you ruined it. You ruined both their careers pushing that shit for a payday. and so did they.
Yo.
Shout out! I shout out Eubank in that whole situation because he was like, "Yo, this is kind of bullshit."
Yeah, but at
He,
first he was trying to fucking go through with the shit. Like he was like, well, hey,
he was like, "Well, I'm gonna be 80%, but I'll still whip your ass." And I'm not saying that Eubank's a great fighter, but yo, how are you both ranked top 10 or top 5 in your divisions, and you're gonna fight? You got a 147 guy fighting a 168 guy, the same as Bud and Canelo. I was like, that. But they met halfway. The difference was fucking Bud was just gonna move up there. There was gonna be no conditions. They weren't fighting at 160. They weren't fighting at 154. They were gonna fight at 168. So that's on Bud. Bud want to fight at 168. Damn, that's it. That should be with no clauses, no nothing. That should be an easy win for Canelo, right? Canelo said, nah. But why even mention that shit though? Honestly, I get why Bud did it. I don't know why fucking Dude would entertain that at all. Number one, if you win, you get 0 props. If you lose, oh my god. Oh my god. No, I mean, but for real though.
ABC special.
Yo, but you know why that even came up? Because it was Benavidez undisputed at 175. And somebody feels like those two might both be ass whoopings. Either at my weight class or above my weight class, I'm going to get my ass whooped. What do? WBC slides the fuck in. You're safe. Everything's fine. I got you. You know what I'm saying? You can fight Ryder again. Maybe a Triple G fight. Maybe we'll get you. It's awful, man. Yo, get the fuck out of 168 or just retire, man. You don't want to fight the top-notch guys, relinquish your titles, and fight Jake Paul, bro. Ain't no one gonna be mad at that. Let these guys get their championships in. And then when it go to David Benavidez, man, don't cap, man. If you really want to fight, try to push for the shit. Push for the sanctioning body. Push, activate the fucking mandatory. If they trying to pull some shit, bring that shit to court. You know what I'm saying? Fight for that shit. Don't be bouncing around and saying, oh, it might happen, it might not happen, it might happen in September. That's why I have an issue with him, because I'm like, yo, do you even want to fight, really? You know what I mean? That's why I have an issue with Benavidez. It's like, yo, why wouldn't you stay at 168 and just be like, boom, and activate your Mando? And if the motherfucker relinquishes title, is he gonna move up and fight the number 2 guy at fucking 175? Fuck no. He didn't want to fight fucking Bivol. He never mentioned Beterbiev until recently. So where the fuck is Canelo gonna go? And how bad is that going to look on his legacy that motherfucker wouldn't fight his mandatory and wouldn't move up and say, I only want big fights for titles, and there are no titles for him to gain if he moved up? Who's he going to fight at 175? He can't move down to 160. He got to relinquish his title. You put that motherfucker between a rock and a hard place. Either he got to fight you, or he's going to be like, you know what? I'll just move up. And if I get my ass whooped, it's all good because I was reaching for greatness. Yeah, we'll roll with that. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, man. Nah, man. Just fight the fucking guy in your weight class and tend to your business. Everybody knows you're a 168 guy now. Be a 168 guy. And if there's a guy that can fucking make the weight and you're saying the motherfucker is too big for you, as long as you make the weight, that none of that shit even matters. Fight that motherfucker under IBF rules, though. If that's the case, because then that motherfucker can only come in 10 pounds heavier than the weight class. If you want to use a clause, use that. But we still get to fight as fight fans, and you still get the legacy. And if you feel that he feels that he's that much bigger than you, you'll clear that shit up too. Unless you don't want to fight him. That's what the 1-2 kid got to say about that shit. I pay close attention
Yeah.
to how this shit go down, and I ain't concerned. So whether the fight happen or it don't, I don't give a fuck. There's a big undisputed fight happening at 175, and that's why I say that might be for pound. And as soon as Bud pulls off and he gets a big fight, I switch up and be like, well, nah, I was Bud. Because it's all the motherfuckers that's doing the business. I don't care about all the other motherfuckers playing the business and just doing business. I'm talking about the motherfuckers that are about the business, about the fights, trying to make the shit work and making these fucking fights happen for the fans. Because without the fans, you don't make the fucking money. And without the fans, you don't get the legacy. You could be undisputed. And if you ain't fighting nobody, ain't nobody gonna like you. So, hey man, history gonna tell everything. So you might make the money now, but when your kids get bombed, it ain't on me, it's on you. Shit. It all comes out in the wash, Black.
Right. Yeah, man. So, I mean, decent out of fights, man. Shoot. We got to see how things going to play out at 75. We got to see how things going to play out at 54. A lot of these divisions, 47. So, it's a lot of question marks when we're looking at the landscape, going forward in these divisions, man. We just want to see the best fights happen. But,
Facts.
some things got to get cleaned up, man, in the sport, but I don't know if it's going to happen. The
Right.
WBC throwing belts in left and right in fights that really don't have no business. You got people jumping in rings in fights that ain't really got no business, and
Mhm.
so. But at the same time, too, you got really good fights happening. Like the fight we seen with women's boxing, Sinisha Estrada and
Right.
Costa Valle. We got Bivol and Better BF coming up.
Mhm.
So we still got some good fights that's happening. And then we got some fighters where it's like question marks, like, damn, man, when they gonna get in the mix? Like, you was mentioning Gary Antoine Russell,
Mhm.
uh, Jerron Boots Ennis. It's like, damn, when he gonna get back in the mix and with who? He's
And
the
with
IBF champ. They
and
practically,
Bud. And Bud.
and Bud. So it's like it's a lot of pending situations with good names in the sport. So it's like hot and then cold, and it's
Yep.
like a little bit of lukewarmness here and there, and it's just like,
Hey
man,
Black,
what's up?
how many
Yeah.
weight divisions, Bud? 4?
Well, if he
Two
hits
times
the
two
54, that'll
times
be
under.
four.
Okay, no, but I'm saying 2-time undisputed, 3 to 4. 4 weight classes and
Mhm.
can't buy a fight? The
Well,
fuck
I
is
think that
the world going to?
the politics, man, and then you look at what's going on right now. He got to still come through the PBC to become world champion. Now at 54, he had to do it at 47. Now he got to do it again at 54. If he wants to become champ, because all the belts is, I think, pretty much being distributed, and PBC fighters got access to it right now. So, I mean, I just found out too. Like, I mean, I didn't really realize Tim Tszyu wasn't a PBC fighter. I was under the impression he was with PBC,
I did.
but
I was too. I was too.
so now that Fedora got the belts, that's a PBC, what I mean, situation. He got the WBC and the WBO, and we know that with him being a super champ at 47, that's the easiest fight that he can get access to is the Fedora by way of the WBO. So I don't
Right.
know. My opinion on it is that the whole situation with Spence jumping in the ring, that was a whole
Shit was
clout
whack.
situation,
Shit was
just to throw Spence back in there to get his face out there and
relevant.
so
Yep. Get the
to get
name out
people
there.
talking
He
about
might
him,
even pull a switcheroo last second.
Yeah, and
Never
it's
know.
like,
We done seen it. How many times? How many times, Black?
say again.
I said, and it might just be get his name going, talk about a big fight, and then Podio switcheroo. We just
Yeah,
seen that shit like 3 times, man.
PBC great at the bait and switch shit that they keep doing. So
Fucking awful, man. Yo, and it
uh,
sucks, man. I say they should have let Amazon get into the stock because then they could push for it. They don't want
same shit,
nobody.
different network.
Right. They don't want nobody to do anything because they don't want nobody to have any control of their shit. And I get it. You want to keep your shit authentic to you. I get all that. But you got to take risks every once in a while to get people to invest. And so if you're promoting your own shit and ain't nobody watching it, and you're promoting your own shit and you do it, this is what's hurting the PBC, man. They not allowing anybody to get a piece of their pie, and they don't want to share their pie with nobody. And the moment they lose, they're gonna wind up how Golden Boy was. They're gonna have 0 champions. They're gonna be damn near broke, and they're gonna be in a bad position. And I get it, the zone. I'm not a fan of what they did with Ben. That's where it changed for me. Especially Eddie Hearn. I've been pushing Eddie Hearn for a long time, but the moment the motherfucker started backing the cheater, I knocked him. WBC, I was cool to WBC till they started moving funny with the franchise and telling you that cheaters are all good. They didn't kill nobody, letting dudes maintain their belts and shit, and knowing that they clear cheaters and defending their belts. I was like, yo, why ain't they stripped? Like you know what I'm saying? I don't think that the guy who just fought Oscar Valdez is
Valdez.
a bad fighter. I think he's a tough guy. I think he's a decent puncher for his weight division. I think he's always game to fight. But dude, if you get caught cheating, man, I can't keep you there no more, man. Like I gotta be like, yo, you one of them guys, bro. And I gotta flame these dudes. You know what I'm saying? Even the guys that I like. There were certain things that Bibble I felt like he was doing something wrong. I flamed him. Shakur Stevenson, why you was sleeping? Like I'm like, yo, I feel like these dudes are super talented people, but I'm not gonna sit here and just be a man fan of a fighter that ain't performing to how he is and how he should be doing stuff. I'm not gonna knock his tweets. Everybody be knocking Shakur's tweets. I'm not gonna knock his tweets because I think some of the other guys' tweets be way worse. But everybody still be like, "Oh, nah, that's the guy," and I'm like, "Yeah, that dude's capping too." But yeah, for real, big shit. Like real talk, Black. I'm not a big fan of that shit. But yeah, he had a bad performance, but he'll come back. I'm not a fan of what Devin Haney doing right now, but you know what? He was undisputed. He's a champion right now, and he got a decent fight lined up ahead of him. So hey man, he gonna do his thing. And I was pushing Tiafimo, but he moved funny. He moved funny. In the ring, that's a bad motherfucker. But that
Right.
motherfucker be moving funny as fuck. And he don't let that motherfucker do an interview. Good God.
Right.
That shit is
We're gonna
cringy
talk
as
about Rosa Parks, pyramids.
yeah.
1300
No, you
BC.
talk about Ryan Garcia. Nah, I'm talking about Teal.
No, I'm talking about Tio. Tio was talking
Teal
about
been doing that?
pyramids. He said
Oh
something
man.
about Rosa Parks and all kind of shit.
I don't know. When he was talking
Both
about
of them
human
got some
beings,
cringy ass interviews.
yo, but when he was talking about him, but I don't know if Ryan really doing that. I think he might be being told to do that shit, but Teal was just random as fuck. Even his dad like, come on, don't do that. Stop
He was
talking
like,
like that, bro.
humans, listen up,
Yeah.
humans.
Then he told everybody to suck his dick or some shit. I was like, what
Mm-hmm.
the fuck did he say? I was
Then he
like,
said, let's come together.
and then start talking about
Blessings be
Jesus.
the name of God.
Right. I was like, yo, you know what I mean? I broke my back. I'm going to eat his children. All praise due to Allah. Like, that ain't no
Yeah,
different. And,
it
and,
was
and
on
I'm
that level. Right.
right. I'm just like, yo, this shit is crazy, man. I don't know if they're trying to thinking that that's the move, but The inconsistencies is definitely out there, y'all, in the game. But we are getting some good fights. Like Black said, man. Like, and you know what? Shout out to the guys that like Bud Crawford, they're staying true to the game. Better Biev and Bivol. You know, AJ. And
Right.
plenty of other fighters out there, man. Inoue and
Even
fuck
Parker. Joseph Parker. Mm-hmm.
Parker riding high on his wave. You know what I'm saying? Like there's so many fighters out there that just they ain't ducking no smoke, saying, "Yo, man, I'm fighting anybody, win or lose," and that's what it's about. It don't matter if you lose, man. If you put on a good performance, Shakur, you ain't got to worry about that. We all know you talented, but you got to put it out there like that. Listen,
Right.
Devin, don't be sitting there knocking guys like Shakur and doing the exact same thing and like the exact same way. I'm like, yo, man, you guys got everything going for you. Don't fuck that up. Don't fuck that up to get caught up in this shit just for the quick money and the quick fame. Because we seen what happened to Teofimo. We seen, you know what I mean, great fighter, good fighter. But look how he talking. Well, how come we ain't seen Devin and Teofimo? Matter of fact, how come we ain't seen Devin Teofimo and anybody with Tank? Like if we gonna get that deep, this
Shit, I
dude
ain't gonna
running around with Reggie belts and claiming to be champion and beating up on dudes that motherfuckers is like, I don't know if those dudes was all that great. We just seen two people lost to him that didn't look. They both didn't look that spectacular in the fight. I mean, what did Rolly do to keep fucking dude off him? He didn't adjust at all. He didn't make any adjustments, stick his jab, didn't do nothing. Come on, Rolly, I don't even know why he was a champion. They just keeping these fucking belts and they fighting in house to keep these motherfuckers from fighting anybody with any big names until they milk these motherfuckers dry like they did Spence. Then they pull them out of the fucking dirt. What do you used to say? Put them in the dirt. This motherfucker came out the dirt because Bud put him in the dirt. This motherfucker came out the dirt and just showed up at a 154 like, yeah, man, I can't wait with the braids and shit. Or not, I don't even know what they weren't even braids. I was
Yeah, I
like,
don't know
oh,
what that shit. I
I
was like,
was like,
damn.
yeah,
I was
man,
like,
it was
man,
like
it
that.
was Spence. What the
Yeah,
fuck is going on?
that shit, that Menace Society shit when they was clowning. Like that motherfucker had a haircut like that for real. And I'm like, yo, come on, Earl, man. Like, man, have some dignity, my man. Yo, I was giving you big props even in your loss. How the fuck you gonna skip the line in front of Bud Crawford again? When this
Right,
this
but I
dude
lost.
is just like, man, I don't know what
Like, how you
boxing
gonna
does.
skip the champ? You're not even
Yeah,
a champ no more. You gonna skip the champ from your weight class that you just left, and you want to
yeah,
jump to the front of the line. But you know,
right.
whatever.
You came fresh out the dirt. They just resurrected your
Stop it
ass.
there.
They pulled this motherfucker out the dirt and was like, resurrection. Here, we're gonna put you in front of the 6'6" tree branch that pulled off the dub, that made adjustments. Let's see where this goes. And then you know what's gonna happen last minute? You're gonna pull out and we're gonna throw Keith Thurman in there. And then the
Yep.
winner of that is gonna fight you. High five. Get the fuck out.
Mm-hmm. Watch. Yep.
And yo, what the fuck? Can't nobody be undisputed at 154 now? And then you know who's gonna come out of the woodwork? Jermel Charlo. Yeah, I already see the plan. They can bounce this shit all types of ways. This basketball can go any way they want it to because it's in their court. So I'm not a fan of that, man. I think it's a big shit on the sport, and I'm glad Ben ain't able to get a shot because that motherfucker's a cheater. He's an unclean motherfucker.
Right.
And yeah, man,
People tired of his excuses.
yo, and shout out to AJ for taking out the trash. You know what I mean? Just clearing shit up. And I can't
Mm-hmm.
wait. yo, it's only gonna be a matter of time before all these dudes that are divas, that are quote unquote the face of boxing or pretending to be the face of boxing, and not just Canelo. I'm talking about Tank Davis as well. Before they get exposed, and then when they do, it's gonna be just like what happened to Earl.
Yep.
Yep, and that's gonna be that.
You're gonna
Once
get
they get
smoked.
in there with a guy who want the smoke, that's all about the business, that ain't being brought up from a division or blown up and thrown into a division, or just a blown up fighter with a puffed up record, and and you get these guys that got like 3-4 losses because they've been in there with fucking straight killers, and you get them in there with these dudes. I'm curious to how these motherfuckers gonna react. I don't know if they make it. I don't know if these motherfuckers make it. And it for real. And a lot of these motherfuckers had an easy road to undisputed or have an easy road to being unified. I mean, really, when you really break down the records of guys like we'll just say certain fighters, it's not all that. It's not all that. You can take Canelo shit and say, yeah, he's fought fantastic fighters, but where were they coming from? His biggest
Mexico.
wins. Where was his biggest? What was his biggest win?
Who said Canelo?
Yeah.
His
What was
biggest
Canelo's
wins?
biggest win?
Triple G.
Triple G. And did anyone think he won that fight?
The final fight he did. Sure.
Oh, right. But do you think that was a big fight? Did anyone think that Triple G was going to win that third fight?
No, he didn't even really fight
Matter
until
of
like the
fact, he
last
was
few rounds.
right. But did anyone even think that he was gonna did anyone think he was gonna survive that fight? That he was gonna make it to 12 unscathed?
No, he was supposed to get knocked out. That's what
Right.
people thought was gonna happen.
Okay, but we're gonna talk about Shakur and his shitty performance as a what? How old is he?
Still Shakur, huh?
Right. No. I'm all over the place. Yo, I'm just asking. He fought dude, right? He fought
Right.
De Los Santos, right? Awful fight. Horrible fight. Horrible fight. Horrible fight. Awful. Disgusting. Why you was sleeping? What was you doing when you was watching the Triple G and Canelo fight? Where's
That's
that
what I
energy?
did.
Wait a minute, I'm just saying, where's that energy? Why we still ain't talking about that? How old is Canelo? He the face of boxing. He the face of boxing. Right? That's what y'all call him, right? The face
Yeah,
of
I ain't
boxing.
calling. So
Yeah, right.
there ain't
You know what
nothing.
I'm
I
saying?
don't fuck with Canelo like that.
Yeah, right. He the face of boxing. Who's his last 3 fights? Triple G, John Ryder, and Jermell Charlo. Damn. And how good were those performances? He stopped Jermell. Nobody can beat
No,
Canelo.
he didn't stop Jamel though. Jamel went the distance.
Oh, he went the distance. So, but nobody can beat this Canelo, right? Nobody could beat this Canelo if you're coming up from 154 to 168.
CMB. No, he did not have a rematch clause from what I know.
Right. But what did he say though? At the end of the fight, nobody beats this Canelo. Is that what I'm just being honest. Is that what Lomachenko said when he fought after he beat dude when he came up? The Cuban? He said, nah, man. Yeah, Rigondeaux. No, you know what he said? Nah, man. This fight shouldn't even happen, man. This dude was small. This is just what the fans wanted. That's why I gave him, but I knew what the outcome was going to be. I'm not giving myself any points for this. That's what he said at the end of the fight of the domination, and he stopped him, made him quit. No mas. He said, but I expected that. This dude's coming up. He's a good fighter, but is that what Canelo said? No, Canelo said, Nobody beats this fighter like nobody beats this Canelo. Then he said, what did Benavidez do? What did he say to Andre? You're a horrible fighter. You're never gonna get the fight. What champion face a box? Not even champion. What what person do you want to follow as a fighter that says that they don't want to fight somebody and then fight somebody lower level than them, and you give them props and call that a mandatory? Then when they have a mandatory, they don't even talk about fighting a mandatory. All of a sudden, the sanctioning body don't give a fuck about the mandatory, and then even the mandatory don't want to fight. The fuck is this world coming to?
Modern King said Canelo biggest win was Kovalev, in my opinion. Canelo versus Triple G was Canelo breakout moment, and he moved to that middleweight and barely was inking out wins, so Crawford has to challenge Fundora. Elephant in the room, will PBC honor Fundora chasing Crawford? Time will tell, but
I
speaking of
hope,
time, speaking of
yeah,
time, I've been on for a
like,
while. But man, shout out to my dog, One Two Kid. Charles came through, actual facts came through. Appreciate you, Modern King. And then CMD said, did Tim Zoo have that rematch clause in the contract? I don't think he did.
that too.
I definitely don't think he did have that rematch clause in there, especially now with them having Spence jumping in the ring and shit.
Yeah, that told you everything though. So he didn't
So
have that rematch
definitely
clause
not.
with Thurman if he had lost.
Shout out to the Queen. Lisa came through. Toby, Cool Breeze. I've never seen you before, man. But my
Shout out
dog
to
Charles, man, he probably rested now.
Lisa Bells as usual.
And
Yup.
who
Queen.
else? I don't. Aquarius Love came through. Tony's reviews hit the thumbs up.
Shout out to you.
Dragon Leg, Haplotype.
Yo, Dragon Leg, yo, and Hat.
You know what I mean? So yeah, man, I appreciate y'all that came through. Stop by, man. We just had to kind of just cook on the uh the little BS that we seen at the end of this card. But like I say, it was pretty entertaining. You know, the fights that we did see over this weekend. Starting off with Friday, we had a new undisputed champion with Sinisha Estrada. Oscar Valdez actually won as well. Rolly Romero becomes champion for the first time in beating the hell out of Rolly Romero.
Yeah, he did. He beat the shit out of him.
Beat the brace off Rolly. And
That
then
was a good fight, Fundora and Zoo. Good
Zoo
fight though.
takes this fight on short days notice and pays the price for it. You know,
Yep.
sometimes freak little accidents can happen. The little bony elbows of Fundora split Tim Zoo head open. I think it was the first or second round, and it was blood dripping in his eye from that round all the way to the end of the fight. I actually thought the fight was gonna get stopped because it was so much blood. Actually, on both sides, man. Fundora nose was dripping. I think his nose was broke, and Tim
Yeah,
Zoo,
bro.
Tim Zoo head was split open like the Grand Canyon, and blood was dripping in his eye. Man, he just
Grand Canyon.
he couldn't make proper adjustments. He kept walking in the jabs, and he did it. He did pretty good though. It was a good fight, but
Yeah, his cut man sucked, man. Flavor Shane.
I think he did the best he could do. I think he did the
Yo,
best he could
Flavor
do,
Shane was cut man.
given the circumstances. But Fedora's, he fought smart. Man. He fought smart, and he got the W. Man, he's now the unified champion. Amazingly, he's the now the unified champion, WBC and WBO at the 154-pound division. Errol Spence jumps in the ring, and says he wants next. Um, I hope that they don't honor that. But no one's people like Suleiman, buffet eating ass. He gonna probably honor that shit on the WBC side. But I hope the WBO consistently, sticks to their guns and orders Crawford because he's the deserving guy coming up. He's the super WBO champ at 47. He was undisputed, so Crawford definitely should be next. Um, if he still wants to smoke. Um, Last comment, Martin King said, shout out to the entire UDC crew, Truth Hurts crew, Actual Facts, One Two Kid, and Charles D, and a slew of others. UDC already True Media boxing heads.
Shout
One,
out to Potter King Boxing, the Wolf,
you already know, man. Shout out to
Mr.
Martin King.
Family, right there. Thank
Hopefully
you.
he'll jump on next time and conversate with us, man. But
Yeah.
I am the Black
Yo,
Horseman.
oh, my bad. Go ahead, Black.
You good? I am the Black Horseman. That was my co-host, One Two Kid. You can get some thoughts before we get up out of here.
Yeah, I just want to shout out Black for letting my long-winded ass cook for as long as
You good,
I
man.
did. I appreciate it, man. Because you know I'll
Same
be
and
on
same to my dog, One Two
a
Kid,
tirade,
man.
and I appreciate that. I really do. I know I can sometimes get ahead of myself and just, you know what I mean? I love the sport. That's why. But
Yeah,
thank
man. We love the sport as well, man. Flame and Fame, the One Two Kid, man, coming through, speaking his mind, giving us his thoughts, his opinions, and his unbiased views in this sport, man. That's what we're here for, man. UGC, Truth Hurts Crew. That's what we all about, man. So thank y'all for catching this video, this live stream, and shout out to everybody in the playback. We up out of here, y'all. Peace.